Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call Ghost.
How's it going, folks? And thank you for tuning in with me to another edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. This is episode number 400. That is exactly right, folks. This is episode number 400 for all the folks that are keeping track of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And before we get into anything else, I'd like for everybody to please spread it around like wildfire that we are in effect in the house, and we are live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right? You know what I'm saying? And, of course, the official website to that is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. Anyway, folks, if you haven't already done so, please follow me on Twitter. The Twitter name to follow is PoliticsGhost. All one word, no underscores. PoliticsGhost is the name to follow, folks. And at the same time, I am on Gab, folks, the Twitter alternative. For you folks that have not signed up for it, I strongly advise you to do so. The website to sign up for, to type it in your web browser, is gab.ai. That's right, folks, gab.ai. And you can follow me on there, folks, at PoliticsGhost as well, all right? Anyway, folks, thank you very much for tuning in with me. There's a lot of things to talk about. I was a little bit inconsistent last week, unfortunately, because of the holiday week. You know, I wanted to have a broadcast on Turkey Day. Unfortunately, that didn't pan out very well because, family just would not get the hell out. And we had all kinds of badass spread, folks. I mean, Mrs. Ghost, she knows how to cook the turkey. She knows how to cook the ham. She's just a great cook. I mean, I'd like to say we're both good cooks. But yours truly has always got to worry about stocks. Yours truly has always got to worry about making capital, worrying about my brick-and-mortar businesses. Now I got to worry about the show, got to worry about the Trump train, worried about Trump administration, the whole 9 yards. And let me tell you something, Mrs. Ghost supplements that by doing things that, I just don't have the time or the energy or the effort to do. So I love Mrs. Ghost. And as a matter of fact, folks, I want to thank everybody for not showing me up on the autograph situation. For you folks that are unaware, Mrs. Ghost's autograph is for sale. And if you haven't already looked at it, go ahead and type into your browser right now, ghost.market. That's right, folks, ghost.market is the website. That's where yours truly sells any kind of merch. And right now, because of the fans, for some reason, they wanted Mrs. Ghost's autograph. And I want to thank you folks, first of all, for buying a few of them, but secondly, not being ass cracks about it and trying to show me up, trying to buy more of my wife's autographs than my own. All right, I feel a little better now. Anyway, I don't want to get into that, but anyway, I want to thank you folks for that. Anyway, so much stuff to talk about at this point in time. I want to just basically just kind of graze through the market, folks. I don't necessarily want to promote the market at this point in time. I have said, and I'm going to continue to say, this is a trap. I do not believe that these stock prices are real. This is overinflated. And listen, aside from the Federal Reserve potentially raising interest rates sometime in December, whether it's or before Christmas or after Christmas, we also have to take in consideration, folks, that fourth quarter earnings have yet to come out. All right, and if you have looked at the dismal Black Friday retail report, it shows me as, an investor that not too many people are going out and partaking in consuming on a retail end. The numbers were very disappointing for Black Friday, and I don't know why people are surprised. I mean, this is the Obama 2 economics. I don't know why people are surprised, to be completely honest with you. Now, on a side note, I wanted to just make a little bit of a comment on all the Black Friday violence that happened all across the country. I mean, are you serious? I mean, this is a testament to the fact that we have such a complacent society. I mean, what are we at? Over almost 95, 96 million people out of work and these are employable people out of work in America. A lot of these folks are unfortunately going on into government entitlements, and they got a lot of time on their hands. And when you got a lot of time on your hands, this is the kind of activity, in my personal opinion, that happens. You got a lot of violence. You got a lot of breeding. I don't want to get into it. But anyway, I wanted to comment about the Black Friday violence. What are you people doing? What are you people doing, for heaven's sake? All right? And moreover, the Black Friday violence, I think, is setting a precedent that more folks are going to be purchasing their products now on from online venues. I don't know if I've seen the preliminary reports about Cyber Monday. Cyber Monday is probably when all the numbers are tallied out. All right? All the numbers are tallied out. I believe that this is going to be the best Cyber Monday that has ever happened. And I think the next one is going to be even better. So I think that we're seeing a little bit of a shift into a cyber situation, and unfortunately has nothing to do with the fact that people don't have money in their pocket. Well, a little bit it has something to do with it. But a lot of the people that actually have money in their pockets, they don't want to commiserate with the folks that are out there killing each other over a goddamn freaking air fryer. You know what I mean? I saw some people fighting. I saw a video of people fighting each other for towels, for heaven's sake. Towels? Are you kidding? Towels. TVs. I mean, you name it. Every year it's the same crap, different plate. And I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. I mean, a lot of these deals that these people are killing each other over, they're online, idiots. I mean, you don't even have to wait. You know what I mean? You don't even have to wait. You don't even have to partake in this nonsense. People just like this drama. I think people like drama. They like dramatic episodes. They like being involved in things. I mean, it just goes back to that attention whoredom mentality that seems to be prevalent in this country. And we can thank Hollywood for that. We can thank stupid-ass shows like The Voice and American Idol, all this me, I, my. And that's why I tell you folks, for you millennials especially, try to catch yourself. Try to catch yourself how many times you say me, my, I, me, my, I, in reference to any conversation that you're having with anybody. And let me tell you, the more times that you say I, my, me, I, my, I, you're going to turn these people off, all right? Because nobody cares about what you have to say unless somebody asks you. If somebody asks you, hey, what do you think about this, this, and this? That's when you can be like, well, I think that. But until somebody asks you for your opinion or you're sought after for your opinion, shut your stupid mouth about yourself and just talk about subjective things. All right, talk about, hey, how about the weather out there? How about that football game? How about this? How about that? Stop it. Stop it with this I, my, me crap, man. I'm sick of it, man. It's translating into everyday America, and take a look at it with the Black Friday violence, for heaven's sake. It's just pathetic, man. People are getting shot out here. People are getting trampled. Brawls happening, for Christ's sake. I mean, it's disgusting. Out here in San Antonio, folks, and let me tell you, I am in shock. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, the neighborhood that I'm living in right now for the next few months, several months, I should say, it's a fairly decent neighborhood. I mean, it's a good neighborhood. I mean, it's gated. There's not going to be any undesirables like walking around out here. You know what I mean? But given that, outside this gated community out here, you start, going out in the regular San Antonio community, it is a freaking jungle out here, man. I'm not joking. I think the San Antonio city government should be ashamed of themselves. If they, and not to mention the Castro brothers, the Mexican golden boys of the Democratic Party, they're supposed to be these golden childs out here. If they are going to run on this city, I mean, you should be ashamed of yourself. Seriously. Let me explain to you what happened on one of these, Black Friday holiday weekend situations out here in San Antonio, Texas. Some feller was, waiting for his wife at a Walmart, all right? Waiting for his wife at a Walmart, sees some thugger. There's a lot of thuggery going on out here in San Antonio, Texas. I'm serious, like, people with tattoos on their face is not uncommon out here. It's literal. I mean, they're bagging your groceries out here. If you go to a goddamn fast food joint, you got idiots with tats on there. I'm not joking around. It's that sick out here in San Antonio, okay? Anyway, this feller is sitting in his car in a Walmart waiting for his wife while she's shopping, sees some idiot thug beating the bejesus out of his girlfriend, like punching his girlfriend's head in, okay? Now, all this feller did, he didn't go in and try to, get the thugger off of this poor woman. He didn't try to intervene in any physical capacity. All he did, folks, was, hey, why don't you leave her alone? I mean, that's all he did. He just yelled at her. He didn't want to, hey, leave her alone. He did one of those, and this thug, believe it or not, pulled out a gun and started shooting at him and anybody else that was trying to stop him from punching his woman in the head. This is San Antonio. I'm not joking around, folks. This is a real story. I mean, I don't know. What's going on with this goddamn place out here? What's going on? Good God, man. I'm not joking around, folks. It's a real story. I mean, Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, do not come to San Antonio. All right, this is a joke of a city. I mean, I'm not kidding around. I mean, this is a jungle out here. And look, what's so freaking sad about it is that if you live in a great neighborhood, you are completely shielded from, like, the jungle that is the regular city. I mean, if you're, like, in the neighborhood that I'm in, and like, it's probably a very nice neighborhood for at least a good, maybe a 2-mile radius. Everywhere is good. People are walking down the street. You got women that are jogging and all that crap around here. But once you start going at this particular, neighborhood kind of situation here, you're taking your life in your own hands as far as I'm not joking around. This is a sick city. Julian and Joaquin Castro should be ashamed of themselves. And I'm calling you damn idiots out. I'm calling you out. You people have been in power. That's all you've done ever since you graduated from St. Mary's University, you ungrateful pieces of trash. You have done nothing for this city. I've been here for a few months, and it's disgusting. It's disgusting. It stinks. And aside from it stinking, the people out here are completely, I mean, listen to me. I'm not blaming the average everyday person in this city, okay? I blame the government of this city. I mean, if you take a look at the city budget, which I have, these people are making a fortune off of sales tax, off of property tax. You need to take a look at how much this city is making off crime. I mean, that's why you have the police that is taking, Jesus Christ, I think the budget, if I'm not mistaken, let me tell you, I'm not digging through the figures of San Antonio out here, but if you take, I think, Jesus Christ, I think this city makes like $2 billion, I believe in taxes annually, in accumulated revenues annually. I think $2.2 billion, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure, all right? Do you know that 750 million of that 2.2 billion goes to the San Antonio Police Department? I mean, look, and listen to me. I love the cops, okay? Don't get me wrong. I don't understand why that much money is going to the San Antonio Police Department, and this place in San Antonio is a complete and utter. It's like Escape from New York. You ever seen that freaking movie? Where Kurt Russell, this is Escape from New York out here. I'm not joking around. I'm sorry if you're from here and you think this is some kind of freaking paradise. You need to get out of this city. Seriously, you need to get out. I mean, this city sucks. I'm sorry. You know, hey, who the hell's the goddamn mayor here? Some broad named Ivy Taylor, all right? You should be ashamed of yourself. All of you people of the city council in San Antonio should be ashamed of yourselves. The freaking San Antonio media should be ashamed of their goddamn selves for not covering the absolute, utter, disgusting situation that is this city, for Christ's sake. Seriously, this city absolutely sucks. I'm sorry I went on that tirade about it, but good God, you can't even, I mean, you know, you can't even sit in a Walmart parking lot waiting for your wife without seeing somebody, you know, some thug punching his freaking girlfriend in the head. And you know what's sad about it? What's sad about it is that this Good Samaritan didn't do the, hey, leave her alone, that unfortunately took his life. The surveillance cameras at Walmart would have shown that he didn't do a damn thing, and they would have tried to charge this poor bastard for, you know, allowing this thug to punch this woman in the head. I mean, that's how sick this goddamn society is in this stupid, dumbass, freaking pissing ground of a city.
Dear pesky blackheads, you disgust me. You're ugly, dirty, and just plain nasty. Enough is enough. Meet my Biore Deep Cleansing Charcoal Pore Strip. This strip, with natural charcoal, will pluck you out. Oil too. Sayonara, blackheads. See ya on the Biore strip side. Sincerely, finally clean pores.
Love charcoal? Also try Biore Baking Soda Cleansing Scrub for an exfoliating deep clean. Biore, free your pores.
I'm sorry, folks. This city sucks. I'm sorry. San Antonio sucks. It stinks. Good God. I'm sorry, man. I want to go home. I want to go back home. Anyway, folks, I'm sorry. I had to get that out, folks. I'm serious. It was just. Look, I like the neighborhood that I'm at. As a matter of fact, I like the people that are around here. They're very rich people, very affluent folks. I've actually been to their houses, you know, drank some scotch with them, you know, smoked some cigars, you know, had the festivities with the neighbors around here. And not to mention, you know, some of the local businesses that are within the 2-mile radius, as I'm stating, very high affluent, independent businesses, so on and so forth. But as a whole, man, this city sucks, man. It just, it sucks. Anyway, let me get to the markets, folks. We saw some retreating in the all-time highs of the stock market. And as I'm stating, folks, that's why I'm not even covering the markets on Twitter anymore. I don't want to encourage anybody to get in this goddamn market. I'm telling you right now. This market is just waiting to collapse. And when it collapses, it's going to collapse hard. And that's why I keep telling everybody, people need to be sitting on liquid. They need to be sitting on cash. And if you want to build yourself wealth, I think at this point in time, what you should be doing is prepping yourself for the crash. And doing so, I believe that you need to have assets that are going to be not only liquidable, you can liquidate these assets, but they're not going to be devalued in a stock market or real estate crash, because that's really what's going to happen. Both markets will crash. If the stock market crashes, the real estate market's going to crash. The real estate market crashes, the stock market's going to crash. So you can pretty much take real estate and you can liquidate it, but you're not going to liquidate it for a profit. And if you do, it's going to be a tremendous amount less profit that you anticipated. So what I'm advising people or suggesting people to do is sit on capital, sit on liquid, sit on assets you can liquidate that will not devalue in a potential crash in the stock market and the real estate market. And then when the crash starts happening, you have enough cash reserves to be able to just start gobbling up blue chip stocks, gobbling up multinationals, gobbling up dividend-based stocks, and that's where you build your wealth, folks. I mean, let me tell you, my wealth increased dramatically during the last crash because I saw this happen. As a matter of fact, I called it during True Conservative Radio. I knew this was going to happen. So what I did is I sat on cash, and then the crash happened. All right, and then I just bought up real estate. I bought up stocks. I bought up major blue chips, dividend-based stocks, you name it. And let me tell you, I bought in when the Dow Jones Industrials was at 9,000 points. All right, the Dow Jones Industrials was like 9,000 points. Right now, folks, it's over 19,000 points. Do you understand me? What goes up must come down, must come back up again. Buy low, sell high. Very, very simple. But right now, folks, this is not the time to buy. There's nothing justifying these humongous inflated index composites. There's nothing justifying it. I think that we're going to see a rude awakening in December or January once we start seeing the fourth quarter earnings and once we start seeing the Federal Reserve raise interest rates. And the Federal Reserve is not going to raise no goddamn half a point or a point. They're talking about 5%, potentially 8, 9, 10% interest rate hikes. And that would throw a goddamn wrench in an already screwed up economy. I'm telling you this right now. It is not good. So for you folks that are out here that are thinking, that are bullish, that are like, come on, Ghost, what are you talking about? It's 19,000 Dow Jones Industrials, baby. Oh, yeah. You people are fooling yourselves. And you're gonna pay an expensive lesson. I'll tell you that right now. All right? It's better to be safe than sorry. All right? It's better to be safe and still rich than sorry and in the poorhouse and not having enough money to margin call. I mean, there's a bunch of bad things that could happen. So once again, folks, I strongly advise anybody do not even entertain this market at this point in time. I think you should be strategizing on a level in which you are sitting on, if not liquid, assets that can be liquidated that aren't going to depreciate in value in a crash in the stock market and the real estate market. Now, let's get to the Dow, okay? Now, like I said, they're retreating from their all-time highs here, but you can tell, they're still trying to cook the books. Remember, there are no more independent investors in this market anymore. I mean, all the investors are hedge fund managers, mutual fund managers, big fund money managers, Goldman Sachs managers, I mean, all this crap. And there's just nothing but bigwigs here. So they are in control of the market. So when you see these increase, it's fake, it's farce, it's phony. And in my personal opinion, they could pull the plug on this at any time. Can I tell you when? Absolutely not. They're in charge of this game at this point in time. I hope that you know this. And the only reason I've been giving people stock advice is because you can make some coin, even though these idiots are all colluding with each other in an attempt to try to do, I don't know what the hell they're trying to do. But it's something nefarious, I can tell you that. Anyway, Dow Jones Industrials today was down 54.24 points, a percentage decrease of 0.28% decrease on the day, closing out the Dow Jones Industrials at 19,097.90 points for the Dow Jones Industrials. All right. We got the S&P also down today, 11.63 points decrease on the day, a percentage decrease of 0.53%, closing out the S&P 500 at 2,201.72 points for the S&P 500. We've got the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is down 30.11 points, a percentage decrease of 0.56%, closing out the NASDAQ at 5,368.81 points for the NASDAQ composite. I'm telling you, this is just inflated crap. It's just way inflated, and I think that people are going to be holding the bag at prices that they're never going to see for another 5 to 10 years if they're lucky. I'm telling you, I've seen this before. I mean, if you've been around the stock market at least since the 90s, all right, you would have at least learned that lesson. Man, but if you were around in '87, if you were around you know what I'm talking about. All right? Prior to '87, just take a look at the first movie, Wall Street. As a matter of fact, both movies are pretty good. Both movies of Wall Street are very, very good. First movie in Wall Street shows you how much money was just literally being thrown around in the 80s and how easy it was to cook the market at that given time because there wasn't that many people playing the market or understood what the hell the market was. It was an evolving force. As a matter of fact, I remember hearing one of the senior editors or writers of the Wall Street Journal stating that when they first got hired for the Wall Street Journal, they didn't even know what the hell they were doing. Like, nobody knew what the hell they were doing in business, but they realized how to cover business as the evolutionary process of business evolved into what it's become. So, but at the same time, because we've had a good period of time to analyze economics in correlation with stock markets and real estate markets, money markets, every kind of market, we've got some empirical evidence to go on when one wants to make a calculation or a speculation on a given play. And it's that empirical evidence that aids the better investors from ever taking that horrible of a loss. And it's that empirical evidence and experience that I'm trying to convey on this broadcast as it relates to the stock market. I think that right now, folks, especially you young people, what you should be doing right now, if you're living with mommy, all right, if you're living with mommy, go, and she doesn't care that you're not paying, your rent, she's going to take care of you. Why aren't you getting like 2 jobs at the same time and saving your damn money? I don't care where you save it. I don't care how you save it, all right? Be ready so that when the damn stock market collapses and it's like literally Dow Jones Industrial 9,000, NASDAQ 2,000, S&P 900, all right? When you start seeing that, that's when you, as an investor, needs to start going in and start gobbling up those damn assets. I'm telling you, it's not a matter of if, it's when. And in my speculation, from my experience from these markets, folks, when the fourth quarter earnings start coming out and the Federal Reserve starts raising interest rates, I think we're going to see some serious contractions, and not just the stock market, but the real estate market. So let me tell you, if you're holding real estate right now, I would definitely sell off. I have sold out the majority of my holdings in real estate because I know what's going to happen. What happened in 2008, 2009 is going to happen again. And you see, a lot of the real estate plays that I made during my lifetime came during that time when real estate was dirt cheap. I mean, folks, I'm not joking. Real estate, everything was dirt cheap. You just had to have the money. You just have to have the money, for heaven's sake. That's all you have to have, all right? What you should be doing right now is planning to save and have enough money so when the damn thing starts crashing, you go in and you make yourself rich within the first 2 years after the crash. I mean, this is what Warren Buffett has done, folks. This is how this man has made billions of dollars. This man goes into the stock market when everybody's leaving. And why? Because he's always had capital and cash reserves. Always. And when he sees a dramatic contraction in the market or a crash in the market, that's when he starts going in, folks. And that's what you should be doing right now. And let me tell you, I know that they're trying to clamp down on folks that are pattern and day trading that do not fall under the category of having $20,000 in their brokerage account. And I think that's sad. But a way to combat that, folks, is for you to sit on capital. Sit on cash reserves. And when this stock market starts crashing, and you start seeing Dow Jones Industrials at 9,000, 8,000 points, you need to start going in and gobbling up some blue chip stocks. you need to start going up and gobbling up some dividend stocks. I mean, this is where wealth is made. If you got enough money, if the real estate market has crashed, you go in there as well, baby. I mean, this is how you make wealth. You plan ahead of time. No one's going to give you anything. That's what I keep telling you folks. If you're going to be a capitalist, you got to plan. You got to have a master plan so you can take control of your life. And I'm telling you the plan right now, the easiest plan of the world, even if you don't even understand the markets, even if you don't even understand economics, I'm telling you right now what you can do to make yourself rich here in the next 3 years. All right? Right now. All right? You need to save your capital. You need to sit on cash. You need to make sure you have a lot of cash reserves so when these markets starts tumbling down, that's when you go in and start building your net worth. You start gobbling up cheap-ass properties. You start gobbling up cheap-ass stocks. I mean, you know what I'm saying? This is how you do it, folks. All right? This is how you're doing it. Anyway, let me continue going, folks. All right. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to go through the basic commodities on this time around, the energy and metal sector, because there's so much news to get to in the political and social fronts that I want to get to them. But once again, I encourage everybody from now on, save your cash, sit on capital, wait for the crash, and you're going to get rich within a few years. I'm talking rich. I'm not joking around. Now, it's easy to get rich. To stay rich is another question, all right? Just because you get yourself a lot of money, folks, doesn't mean that you should go out there and just blow it all. I mean, you got to be smart. You got to understand how to be a capitalist, folks. And let me tell you, people are asking me, hey, Ghost, are you going to have that book coming out? Hey, man, I don't even have enough time to breathe, all right? I've been slowly but surely trying to write this book, but I haven't even had enough time to breathe, for Christ's sake, man. I had to, conduct business at my brick-mortar businesses on Black Friday, and I saw what happened, so I had to do a show later that evening. I don't have enough time to breathe out here, for Christ's sake. Anyway, folks, let's get to the energy sector, and then we're going to go ahead and move on and get to some news, so on and so forth. WTI and everybody else in the energy sector is going up today because, according to OPEC, once again, even though we've said nothing but negative news coming out of there, according to OPEC, they're apparently going to get some deal. I don't know what the hell's these people's problem. I'm going to be honest with you. I think they're just dicking around with the market, with excuse my French. I think that's exactly what they're doing. Anyway, this is why you saw a increase in the energy sector, because of OPEC putting out all these stupid messages, for Christ's sake. It's stupid. It doesn't even make any sense. Anyway, I think OPEC is done. We have found, a humongous oil deposit out here in Texas. They found another oil deposit in Alaska. We're going to be energy independent once Donald Trump is president, for Christ's sake. We're going to see gas prices go down. We're going to see our energy price go down, which will give more money to the consumer. And not to mention, there's going to be jobs available out here, which is going to increase the consumer base, which is going to be more money circulating in the economy, which means more wealth opportunities, new wealth opportunities. All right? Anyway, folks, let me continue on. We got WTI up today, 84 cents, a percentage increase of 1.82%. Closing out WTI at $46.90 per barrel of WTI sweet crude. We've got Brent crude also up 77 cents, a percentage increase of 1.63% increase, closing out Brent crude at $48.01 per barrel of Brent crude oil. We've got gasoline also up, folks, 2.70%. Natural gas, I'm telling you, I don't know, I'm glad I don't play natural gas market, man. You're talking about a fickle market, all right? I mean, it's either feast or famine with natural gas. Natural gas is up today, by the way. 4.76% increase on the day for natural gas. And we've got heating oil, folks. You knew that was coming. What did I tell you? What have I always told you about heating oil? This is is an easy play. An easy play every time that you see the Arctic front moving forth, blanketing across America. This is the play to do. And as you can see, here we go. Heating oil up 2.63% increase on the day, folks. So anyway, let's get to metals, shall we? The metals! Let's get to the damn metals. Very volatile in the metals sector, folks. You can tell that the damn investors don't know what to do. I mean, you can tell they don't know what to do. They don't know what's going on. They're running scared. And the reason is because finance fundamentals has literally gone over their damn heads. It's stupid. And you know, what really makes me sick is that these people on Wall Street are supposed to be the professionals, right? They're supposed to be the ones that understand all this finance stuff, right? Get the hell out. You don't know jack. Anyway, we got gold up today, $15.40. A percentage increase of 1.30% increase on the day, closing out gold at, wow, $1,196.40 per troy ounce of gold. Wow, whoa, man. That's some cheap gold right there, baby. I don't know, I mean, I like that gold price. I like where this is going. You know, as a matter of fact, I mean, I like jewelry, so, you know what I mean? I like buying my wife jewelry. And what's cool about it is when you buy jewelry and, you know, gold prices are hitting $3,000, you can liquidate that jewelry and make a tremendous profit, even though you were flossing out there in society saying, yeah, baby, you see my gold, baby? Yeah! Anyway, I like these gold prices right here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to try to see if I can find me a Rollie out here, you know, and I'm not going to buy it brand new. Let me tell you something, folks. Do not buy a Rolex brand new. I mean, there are so many Rollies out here that you can find that are legit, that aren't fakes, that are being sold by reputable jewelers out here, that they are acquired because, man, look, bottom line is everybody suffers from hard times, even idiots that buy Rolexes, all right? And, you know, they need some quick cash, and, you know, what do? They go to the jewelry store, they go to the pawn shop, you know, they go to these places to liquidate it. And, you know, when you've got yourself a little coin, you can be able to take advantage of the fact that you're going to be able to get a Rollie out here for about $4,000, $3,000. Anyway, and it may even go lower than that. You know, I think I saw a freaking commercial, if I'm not mistaken, for Hellsberg diamonds, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot. I think it was Hellsberg, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. But I saw that it was an advertisement and look, this is a testament to how man-child we are getting in this country. It was advertising that if you spend over $999 on like some freaking diamond tennis bracelet, which actually costs about $1,500, they'll give you a free Xbox, whatever, some Xbox crap. I mean, I had never seen such a thing before. Bundling an Xbox with Hellsberg diamonds. I mean, and you want to know why they're doing that? They're trying to, first of all, cater to the man-children that have women that put up with their stupid asses and force them to be obligated to buy them something because that's practically their mammy. And secondly, it encourages them to do so. They'll be like, hey, it gave me a free Xbox when I bought you a bracelet.
Showing up unannounced at your ex-in-laws for the holidays? Bad idea. Giving your true love 7 live swans a swimming? Bad idea. Ignoring the expiration date on your eggnog? Bad idea. Getting a Plus membership from Sam's Club and saving more than $300? Yay! Good idea. Join today and get a free year of LifeLock identity protection, a $10 gift card just for signing up, and much more. But this won't last long, so join Sam's Club as a Plus member and start saving. See Club for details.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm not joking around, man. I'm not kidding. And another reason why they're bundling that up, folks, is because of the gold price, the silver price. I mean, you know who's taking in the teeth right now are the jewelers. And right now, I think, in my personal opinion, if you've got yourself a girlfriend and you're trying to impress her this Christmas, I mean, you should be able to find yourself some decent jewelry for her, folks. I'm not joking around. I mean, jewelry right now should be dirt cheap. Well, cheap, at least the cheapest it's been for the past, I would say, for the past 7 years, at least 6 years. So I'm just saying, I like these prices. I like them, and I hope they keep going down because I like jewelry, baby. You know what I'm saying? Aside from wearing it, it's a good asset to have. That's why people have jewelry boxes and safes and crap. You know what I mean? So that, rainy day comes around, that's a liquidatable asset. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's continue going. We got silver up today, 11 cents, a percentage increase of 0.67%, closing out silver at $16.67 per troy ounce of silver. Copper is down today, 0.84% decrease, and platinum is down today, 0.03%. And look, that's the extent of the markets that I'm going to do at this point in time today. I'll get to the commodities at another time. We have got so much to talk about at this point in time, folks. I mean, just so much. I didn't even know where to start. But one thing I do want to talk about right off the bat, folks, is I don't know whether I should start on Pizzagate or Fidel Castro. Let me go on Fidel Castro first, because it's very easy to say his particular stupid 2-bit story. Now, I am in shock, first of all, at the media circle jerk around the death of Fidel Castro, all right? I mean, they're calling this guy a romantic figure. He's a great revolutionary. I mean, Justin Trudeau over here, which, folks, I don't know if y'all been noticing that there's been a rumor out here that allegedly Justin Trudeau may be Fidel Castro's son. Now, I'm not sure if I completely believe this, but there is a lot of evidence that points to the possibility of that being possible. Because for some reason, Pierre Trudeau and his wild child wife, which was Justin Trudeau's mom, would go and chill with Castro, I don't know, every once in a while for some goddamn reason. Not to mention, did you see the picture of Castro and Pierre and Trudeau's mother? Trudeau's mother is literally all over Castro. I mean, she's touching his arm. She's got her breast against his arm. And Pierre Trudeau is there like, hey, yeah, you like my wife, don't you? She is a good piece of ass. Yes. Have y'all seen that picture? I'm not joking around. I mean, first and foremost, people are going to say, oh, well, Ghost, I think you're reading too much into that. I mean, so what? She was touching his arm, and her breasts were touching his arm. That doesn't mean nothing. That means everything, you idiots. Don't you understand that Fidel Castro was, trying to be assassinated at every capacity? I mean, do you understand how much trust and how much security clearance that this woman had to have to get that close to Fidel Castro? Yeah, thank you very much. Somebody just tweeted at me. There it is. They're like, here's the picture. Thank you very much. I just retweeted the picture. There it is. Look at that picture. I just retweeted it. Politics Ghost. Look at that picture. Look at Fidel. Look at that. Look, he's got a cigar in his mouth. He's like, I just enjoyed your wife. I just enjoyed your wife, Pierre. I'm not joking around. Look at that. Look. And first and foremost, I mean, if that was your wife, would you appreciate that? Huh? I mean, look at it. She's got her left hand on the man's shoulder. She's got her right hand on the man's arm. She's got her breast laying on the back of his back arm area there. And then you've got Pierre, holding a book. I don't know what the hell. Why were these people taking trips down there, first and foremost? And secondly, I mean, it was known, folks, all right? It was known that this woman, Trudeau's mother, was a wild child, for heaven's sake. You know what I mean? I mean, she was a damn wild child. Supposedly, she was, went to Studio 54. She liked doing a little dance and making a little love and all this kind of, I mean, good God. Anyway, folks, they have put pictures side by side of Trudeau and Fidel. I mean, it looks uncanny, if you want my personal opinion. And it makes sense why Justin Trudeau cucked Canada by calling this idiot like some freaking, I don't know what, some valiant revolutionary leader. I mean, literally praising this man to no end. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable, for Christ's sake, man. I'm not joking around. This is a rumor on the internet. It looks pretty valid to me. I don't know, are you looking at that picture with Fidel Castro and Justin Trudeau's parents? If that was your wife, would you be okay with your wife touching Fidel Castro in that capacity? And that's why I'm saying, folks, this had to be okay. I mean, there had to be some element of intimacy with her and Castro, because his security apparatus would not have let her get that close to him. I mean, she could have poked him with something. You know, I mean, she could have had something on her purse. I mean, anything. So I'm just saying, folks. I'm not saying I believe it wholeheartedly, but there's some smoke out here, and when there's smoke, there's fire. All right, that's all I'm saying. But anyway, this man was an absolute utter lunatic. I mean, let's be honest with you. This guy was insane. Okay, now I don't want to get into the whole University of Havana protests and, when he was at college. Because, look, folks, all this crap of the Cuban Revolution started in the University of Havana when Fidel Castro was a student there. It started off as student protests, and then it turned into riots, and then it turned into this, kind of like, I hate to make this comparison, but like Black Lives Matter type of a terrorist type of organization. And then it went from that to, actually committing violent crime. And Cuba actually jailed Castro and put him on trial. And they actually convicted him. And I don't know if you folks have ever read his "History Will Absolve Me" speech, but this man knew that he was going to go to prison for a long period of time. He was the head of that particular University of Havana uprising. But why was he let go from prison? Why did Batista let him go in exile from prison? I'll tell you why, folks, because old Fidel Castro was brought up in an affluent landowner family. Very affluent landowner family. And Fidel Castro was educated by Jesuits. Oh, that's right. He was educated by the Jesuits. Now, I don't want to get into a lecture about the Jesuits, okay? You research them and their influence on world affairs for yourself, all right? And I'll just leave it at that. But the Jesuits, believe it or not, and this goes to show you how powerful this organization, this Catholic-based organization is, the Jesuits were able to persuade Batista to allow Fidel Castro to go into exile. I don't know if it was in South America or he ended up in Mexico, okay? But for some reason, I don't understand what the Jesuits did. I don't know why they have so much influence, but Batista let Fidel Castro go. And it's because of that decision is the reason why we even freaking are talking about Fidel Castro today. He let Castro go into exile, and I think he went to South America or some crap, made his way to Mexico, and was planning his way back into Cuba, and he was planning to, this is where he went completely psychotic and said, you know what, I'm going to go back to Cuba, and I'm going to go and violently take over the country myself. This idiot was out of his mind, but he actually believed it. That's how that's why I keep telling you about psychopaths. That's why I keep telling you about psychopaths. These people literally believe what they think. Even if it's freaking nuts, all right? Even if it's nuts. So as a result, folks, he's planning his way back to Cuba, meets Che Guevara, all right? Him and Che Guevara, make a pact with each other, basically to aid each other in trying to develop a guerrilla force to take a boat named the Grandma, believe it or not, that was the boat's name, They actually chartered this boat and actually boated their way into Cuba. And then as they approached the Cuban shores, Batista's army saw these sons of bitches, unloaded fire on them. I believe that I believe the boat had about 75 to 100 guerrillas. I believe it was 100 guerrillas, if I'm not mistaken. Luckily, or unfortunately for them, they came across Batista's fire as they approached the Cuban shores. And I think at least 7 to 10 of them got away. The rest of them were completely decimated and murdered. Now, the 10 that got away obviously was Fidel, obviously was Che, and a couple other folks out there. They went into the Sierra Maestra Mountains out there in Cuba. Now, it was in the Sierra Maestra Mountains in which Fidel Castro had his biggest influence, because in the Sierra Maestra Mountains comprised the majority of the Cuban peasants and the peasantry within Cuba, which was long but forgotten by the Batista regime, which, unfortunately allowed foreign influence to supersede the people's well-being of the country, the natives' well-being of the country. And Fidel Castro exploited that, all right? They exploited that, for Christ's sake. And as a result, folks, because they exploited that, they were able to accumulate a guerrilla force within the Sierra Maestra Mountains. Now, how were they able to do that? How were they able to convince peasantry, a couple of 10 guerrillas that were able to make their way into the mountains after being, almost decimated, heading to shore? How were they able to do that? Well, I'll tell you how they were able to do it, folks. Okay? They were able to trade knowledge with the natives, with the peasantry. You understand me? I mean, they were able to trade knowledge. I mean, let me explain what they did. They taught the peasants how to read. They taught the peasants, Che Guevara taught the peasants how to doctor themselves, because Che Guevara, believe it or not, was a doctor. Taught the peasants how to write. And it was this knowledge that was given by the peasants, given by the revolutionaries, that created a sense of camaraderie with the peasantry. And because the communists, or I should say Fidel Castro and his guerrillas, they weren't communists at the time, since they were trading this knowledge with the peasants, it won a level of respect that's why these peasants were able to, or willing, I should say, not able, they were willing to lay their lives on the line for the cause. Willing to lay their lives on the line for whatever Fidel Castro was putting forth, because he was the one, and Che Guevara and all the guerrillas were the ones that were making their lives better by educating them, by teaching them how to read, by teaching them how to write. But you see, folks, if you're teaching a people how to read and write, that's one thing. But while doing that, he was fashioning their appetite into believing that he himself will bring them, the peasants, which lived in the Sierra Maestra Mountains, into some level of flourishing or legitimacy in Cuban society if they went with him and fought against Batista's forces. And literally, folks, that is literally history from then on. He trained his own guerrilla forces in the Sierra Maestra Mountains, and then from then on, he started going from base to base, hitting up bases of Batista's army, confiscating weapons, confiscating artillery, doing acts of terrorism, because that's exactly what they did. They did acts of terrorism, so on and so forth. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't know, man. That's all I'm saying. People need to realize that the way that Fidel Castro took power, the way he took power was violence and terrorism. All right? Now, on a side note, folks, I do want to let everybody know that Fidel Castro was also assisted by the CIA. And for you folks that don't want to admit this or denying this or something of that capacity, You need to realize that Fidel Castro was backed up by the CIA. Once Fidel Castro overthrew Batista, it was it Eisenhower that called him the Abraham Lincoln of Latin America, or the Caribbean or something. I think he said Latin America, but the Abraham Lincoln of Latin America. I mean, this is he was invited to America, and he was taken in with open arms. I mean, I can go on and on. Now, what happened? What happened is much like every goddamn stupid, ridiculous CIA operation that happens, there was blowback that happened. You know, they thought that they could be able to kind of fund both sides. Haven't you noticed that, folks? You know, I don't understand why the government, the CIA, they like to do that sort of thing. They fund both sides, and, you know, our friends today become our enemies tomorrow. I mean, it's the stupidest, dumb ridiculousness I've ever heard in my life. I mean, we funded Iraq and basically gave them the chemical weapons that we accused them of having, because we gave it to them during the Iran-Iraq war in the 80s. You know, the same thing that happened with the counter-revolution, the Contras in Nicaragua. I mean, I could go on and on, folks. I mean, I could legitimately go on and on. This is pathetic. This is getting ridiculous. And I think that we need to realize our role. I'm talking the United States secret Central Intelligence Agency's role in allowing Fidel Castro to come to power. Now, let me explain to you. You need to read about a man, and let me tell you, this was one of the hard-ass, hardline CIA operatives by the name of Frank Sturgis. And on top of which, Frank Sturgis is also implicated in the JFK assassination conspiracy as one of the conspirators, okay? But Frank Sturgis is a CIA hitman, military asset, and he has been pictured many times. There's a bunch of pictures with Frank Sturgis in the Sierra Maestra Mountains with Castro, with Che Guevara, and that proves, just by Frank Sturgis being there, it proves that Fidel Castro and Che Guevara, all right? Fidel Castro and Che Guevara are goddamn CIA assets. Now, look, I don't want to get into the whole story of it all. I'm just trying to give you a synopsis on this, you know, and let you all know that that this is serious business, all right? I mean, Castro didn't do the overtaking of Batista's army single-handedly, all right? I mean, we had a lot to do with it, and that's why I keep telling you, folks, we fund both sides. It's ridiculous. It's pathetic. And before I get to Twitter shout-outs, I do want to let everybody know that it was Fidel Castro that sold out Che Guevara, all right? I'm not joking around. It was Fidel Castro that sold out Che Guevara. All right, now, it wasn't a coincidence, all right, that the CIA found him in Bolivia. Now, how did the CIA know to find Che Guevara in Bolivia? Because Fidel Castro told them. I mean, it was Felix, what was his name? Felix Rodriguez, I believe is his name, which was, and folks, read all these people. These are hardcore CIA operatives that I'm talking to you about here. Frank Sturgis, Felix Rodriguez. Felix Rodriguez was the guy that executed Che Guevara. Felix Rodriguez, on top of which, Felix Rodriguez is literally one of the killers for the Bush crime family. Take a look at the connection between Felix Rodriguez and George H.W. Bush. All right? I mean, this is all CIA. I mean, it just stinks to high hell. And I wish history would appropriately apply what is accurate to Fidel Castro. He's a freaking imbecile. Anyway, folks, that's about enough. Let me go ahead and get to some Twitter shout-outs right now, folks. For all you folks that want a Twitter shout-out live right here on the broadcast, all you got to do is retweet, not the first tweet, but retweet the tweet on my Twitter account that states True Capitalist Radio Live. Retweet the tweet that states True Capitalist Radio Live. You do that, I'll go ahead and give you a Twitter shout-out live right here on the broadcast, right here and now. Hey, do we have any Twitter shout-outs here, engineer? All right, well, let's go ahead and get to some Twitter shout-outs right now. Anyway, we got the Green Leader in the house. What's going on, man? We got Benton Bannon in the place. We got the Impaler 30. What's going on, man? Veteran Capitalist in the house. What's going on? The Remover of Kebab. We got Norwegian Capitalist in the place. We got, what's going on to Capitalist Kush? What's going on to Capitalist Kush? Amarillo Bandit in the place. Johnny Deck in the house. What's going on? Who else do we got here? We got, I don't know if that's a real picture, but Diego Brando. We've got, some idiot calling himself Fidel Castro. That's funny, you idiot. Shut up, all right? Just shut up. We got Big Top Capitalist, for Christ's sake. We got Sell Your Son's autograph. No, I'm shut up. I'm not going to do that crap. Anyway, let's see who else we have here. We've got Buckshots for Buckeye. Look, shut up. And first of all, it wasn't even a shooting, you idiot. It was reported as a shooting because everybody heard shots fired. It was a goddamn kebab with a freaking... It was a Somalian. It was a Somalian refugee with a freaking car and a knife, all right? Jesus Christ. Anyway, who else do we have here? We got Castro first, Soros next. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Ohio Cuckeyes. Oh, man, that's horrible. I don't even know what to say about that. We got 727 caller. Excuse me. We got Metroid Junkie in the house. We've got Drifting at Ohio State. Oh, shut up! Shut up with that crap. We got Taco Capitalist. What's going on, man? We got Tweely Atkins. We got, who else we got? We got 400 Bernie Porno. Just shut up, all right? Happy 400th episode goes. Hey, thank you very much, folks. This is the 400th episode of True Capitalist Radio. By God, I can't believe we're already at 400 episodes, folks. 400 episodes of True Capitalist Radio. Good God. Anyway, we got Exara Hawks in the place. What's going on? We've got NRJ Commando. We got Freddy's Smart TVs. What's going on? I guess Freddy's Smart TVs is having a freaking Black Friday or Cyber Monday sale. I don't blame them for wanting a shout-out. We got Windows and Doors in the house. We got AL the Game Freak. Who else we got? We got Edgar Raines. We got Joe Internet. Who else do we have here? We got, I'm not saying that disgusting name. We've got Dirk Pitt. We got Venison. What's going on to Venison? Scarlet Moon. We got, I'm not saying that. You guys are getting disgusting with this Ohio State crap, man. Seriously, shut up. We got True Terminator Radio. Shut up, man. Aliens Abduct Ghost. Hey, look, I just tweeted last night what was being reported out there. And what was being reported, I don't want to get too much into this, but there was freaking unidentified flying objects over Turkey, and it was massively witnessed by a whole bunch of people. Now, I had to report it. I don't believe in UFOs, folks. I believe it's probably some kind of technology. Maybe it's NATO showing something. I don't know what it is. But it's obviously something that has not been shown to the public. I tell you that right goddamn now.
Dear pesky blackheads, you disgust me. You're ugly, dirty, and just plain nasty. Enough is enough. Meet my Biore Deep Cleansing Charcoal Pore Strip. This strip, with natural charcoal, will pluck you out. Oil too. Sayonara, blackheads. See ya on the Biore Strip side. Sincerely, finally clean pores.
Love charcoal? Also try Biore Baking Soda Cleansing Scrub for an exfoliating deep clean. Biore, free your pores.
Jesus Christ. We got Novelty Best in the house. We got 727 caller in here. As a matter of fact, we are well into the second hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. If you want a Twitter shout-out live right here on the broadcast, all you have to do is retweet my first tweet, retweet the tweet that states True Capitalist Radio Live on my Twitter account, and the Twitter account is Politics Ghost. Retweet True Capitalist Radio Live, and I'll give you a Twitter shout-out live right here on the broadcast, right here and now. See if we have any more of these sons of bitches, for Christ's sake. I can already see you guys are getting sick with these. All right? Look at this 400 Brony episode. Shut up, all right? We got Silent Capitalist. We got Smooth Capitalist. We got Ghost Kruger. We got 400 Double Dip. Shut up, you stupid moron. We got Deplorable Frieza. We got Atron Havoc. We got the Brony Network in the house. Ghostler Youth for Allah. Ghostler Youth for Allah. You bet that better be a goddamn joke. Ghostler Youth for Allah. Get the hell out of here. We got Ann and the Wizard. We got Trump and Capitalist. Slash prices in Ohio. Oh, Jesus. Give me a break. You sick prick. Slash prices in Ohio, asshole. Give me a break. You see how sick people are on the internet, folks, man? I'm telling you, man, these people are sick. I mean, all I'm trying to do is give a little interaction with the damn broadcast here, and this is the kind of crap I get. This is the kind of crap I get. Jesus, give me the mic. Give me the mic. Piece of crap. This is the kind of crap I get. Jesus Christ. We got Polka in the house. What's going on? The Supa. How you doing? Jesus Christ, man. I'm telling you, people are pissing me off. We got the Skunk Spray Kid. Are you kidding me? Thing to Mrs. Ghost. Don't you even kid around about that, you sick, twisted pervert. Don't you even dare. Jesus Christ, man. I'm telling you, I'm only going to take a couple more of these, and I'm going to move on with the broadcast, because I can see where you idiots are going with this crap, man. I can see where y'all are going with this. We got Sergeant Yoda in the house. What's going on? We got, I'm not going to say that stupid name, you stupid crap. The Tit Tube? The Tit Tube. Okay, that's great. Jesus Christ. Who else? We got Remington in the house. What's going on, man? CDI Fan 237. We got the Green Bio in the place. Simpson J. Ghost. Shut up! Good God, you freaking people are annoying sometimes. We got Dr. Bristle in the house. We got Tom Bola. We got the Trans Can. That's you sick son of a bitch. Get that asshole out of here! Who else do we have here, for Christ's sake, man? We've got, I'm not saying that sick name, you dumb prick. I mean, you guys are getting disgusted, man. We got Karaskin. What's going on to Karaskin? Good to see you, man. We got Ohio State bumper car. You know what? That's it. You people are disgusting. I mean, you're sick. I have no other way to explain it. You're sick. Why I continue to do these broadcasts, I have no goddamn idea. Because it's obvious that no one has any kind of goddamn true appreciation about the substance that I'm conveying on this broadcast. Everybody's more worried about, I want to troll Ghost. I want to get the Twitter shout out. I want to get the radio graffiti. You stupid sack of crap. Give me the freaking mic. Jesus Christ. You know what? That's it for goddamn Twitter shout outs, you sort of sack of crap. And let me tell you, I don't even know if I should continue to be doing this stupid, dumbass ridiculousness, man. Anyway, folks, let me just calm down here. All right, let me just calm my ass down here, folks. I want to say first and foremost, my apologies, man. That I'm sitting over here and I'm just tired, man. I'm just tired of it. I mean, I try to have a good show. I try to, do these broadcasts. I do these broadcasts 3 hours a day. You know what? 3 goddamn hours a day, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, you would think that I have... Never mind, folks. Anyway, let's just get on with the broadcast because there's a lot of stuff that we need to discuss here, and I just don't want to. I don't want to deal with these internet troll terrorists and cyber vermin, man. I really don't want to deal with them today. All right? It's Cyber Monday. It's my 400th episode, man. It's my 400th episode on a Cyber Monday, so give me a little bit of respect. Jesus Christ, I'm serious, man. Just give me a little bit of goddamn respect, for heaven's sake. Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, folks, look, I'm sorry if I'm, if I'm going off keister here. I'm a little upset. I'm a little angry here. Jesus, I'm a little angry. All right, I'm sorry. Anyway, and the reason I'm a little angry is, aside from these goddamn idiots that are trying to troll me on the goddamn Twitter here, this circle jerk by the media, by the left, of Fidel Castro being some kind of a goddamn saint, by seeing him being some kind of a goddamn revolutionary figure. He's a fraud. He was a psycho. I mean, he killed people to attain what he wanted, for Christ's sake. He wasn't diplomatically elected. This man killed everybody. I mean, he put people to death, for Christ's sake, man. He put people in re-education camps. All right? I mean, he would imprison gay and lesbian people in the re-education camps, for Christ's sake, man. There are more prisoners of conscience in Cuba per capita than any goddamn country in the world, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, I can't believe you people. Seriously, I cannot believe you idiots. Well, and I'm talking about you people that are praising Castro. I can't believe you idiots, all right? You should all be ashamed of yourselves, all of you. Praising some asshole who violently took power and literally has been a dictator since the 59. He's been the dictator of Cuba since 59 and then gave the country to his younger brother. I mean, this is modern-day feudalism. This is modern-day monarchy, you stupid morons. I mean, seriously, how in the hell how can anybody justify this? How can anybody, that's why I'm tired of dealing with liberal lunacy, man, all right? I'm serious, I'm tired of it, all right? I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it, man, I'm sorry. That's why I do not want to come together with a liberal, all right? You will never see me saying, hey, liberal, why don't you come on over here and shake my hand, and I'll put a rubber glove on it just in case you have the AIDS. Here, I'm going to put a rubber glove. Put it there, liberal. I will never say that. You people are sick. You people need your heads examined. You people are a part of a cult, and you should be ashamed of yourselves if you call yourself a goddamn liberal. If you affiliate with the Democratic Party, if you call yourself a Democrat, you should be ashamed of yourselves. You're sick. You're twisted. You're a space cadet in your own goddamn mind, for Christ's sake. The criminality, the corruption, the Satanism, the pedophilia, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be a goddamn shame of yourself. Jesus Christ, man. Just pisses me off. Pisses me off that people think like this. It pisses me off that people actually believe that this is rational thought. Huh? Praising Fidel Castro, an idiot who took violent control of his country, for Christ's sake. I mean, do you understand, you idiots, that what ISIS is doing right now? That's what Fidel Castro did, you dumbasses. Do you get it now? So basically, if you're praising Fidel Castro, you're praising ISIS because they are utilizing the same methodology, which is terrorism, death, and chaos to take control of territories. So if you're praising Fidel Castro, you're praising ISIS, and you're a piece of trash. And as far as I'm concerned, there should be somebody watching over you as far as I'm concerned. You're a threat to America. You're a threat to America's national security, you piece of crap. And before I get off this whole Castro thing, I do want to say that isn't it ironic that Fidel Castro died on Black Friday? Spent his entire life fighting against capitalism, dies on Black Friday. Oh, that's funny, man. And on top of that, folks, he died on Augustus Pinochet's birthday. That's right, Pinochet style. Pinochet took him out, baby. He died on Pinochet's birthday. And if you don't know who the hell Pinochet is, well, then you're an idiot as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, folks, let's move on to the next subject matter. I want to talk a little bit about Pizzagate. And if you folks are unfamiliar with what Pizzagate is, then you're obviously a Democrat that is trying to put blinders on your periphery and trying to prevent yourself from understanding that, yeah, the Democratic Party and elements within the Democrats are connected to a nefarious, satanic, pedophile-like network. And I think that you all need to do your own investigative work to understand and connect all the dots in this very complicated web of child pedophilia network. And listen, from my investigations into the Pizzagate scenario, and let me tell you, we've got researchers in the capitalist army on top of a variety of different researchers all across the internet that are independent journalists that are taking it amongst themselves to go out and figuring out what the hell is going on with this Pizzagate thing, because the mainstream media sure as hell ain't covering it. But folks, what has been uncovered is that people that are affiliated with the Democratic Party, okay? People that are affiliated with the Democratic Party have been tied into what seems to be an alleged satanic child pedophile network, folks. And I know that this sounds very far-fetched, and I know that on face value, if somebody tells you this right away, you're like, well, what are you talking about, Ghost? Are you kidding me? A satanic pedophile network? What are you talking about? What are you, tinfoil hatting there, Ghost? What are you talking about? Folks, I should only advise you to do your own investigative work on this, because the mainstream media is not going to tell you about this. I mean, there are affiliates and operatives connected to the Democratic Party. And I'm talking about people who, for some reason, obtain money from Democratic operatives, who have connections to the Clintons and the Clinton Foundation, to Barack Obama. The code words that have come out as it relates to the Podesta emails. There's a lot of things that are linking this alleged satanic child pedophile network that is being investigated throughout the internets. And if you haven't done so, all you have to do is put a hashtag on Pizzagate, whether you're on Twitter, whether you're on any social media. I would strongly advise you to maybe view some videos on this particular subject matter by independent investigators. Folks, this implicates some of the biggest players in politics today. And the more and more information that comes out from independent reporters, the more and more sick this rabbit hole becomes. Now, I'm not going to implicate anybody individually because, of course, we live in a day and age where we're innocent until proven guilty. We have a due process of law. So I'm going to leave the names and the names of the businesses and so on and so forth to the investigators independently. But I do want to talk a little bit about these pizza places, for a lack of a better term, that are in Washington, D.C., that seem to all be across the street from one another. And these pizza places that are in Washington, D.C., that hold fundraisers for, Hillary Clinton, that the owners of one of these establishments have Barack Obama playing ping pong ball with children at one of these establishments. I mean, these are not just innocent little pizza establishments, folks. And moreover, the logos of these particular pizza places are very nefarious, one of which is a blatant symbol that has been identified by the FBI as a pedophile signaling symbol. One of these pizza places actually has this symbol. Now, since this story broke, they conveniently changed that symbol, folks. But if you continue to do this investigative work, you start to begin to realize that there could be some potential, not just child pedophile satanic network, but I am starting to, from my investigation, and look, you can call me tinfoil hat all you want to. You do your own investigative work, folks. It's all on the internet. It's all there. I mean, no one can tell you what is actually going on there because no one's reporting on it. All the reports are independent of concerned people that are concerned about children that are potentially being, if not molested, raped, hurt, if not killed. Now, my investigative reports and the researchers that are working on this in the capitalist army, we have surmised that this goes beyond just a satanic pedophile network, that it actually goes far deeper than that, folks. And listen, I know that, and whether you want to believe me or not, that's your prerogative. That's why I'm encouraging you to do your own investigation. There's a lot of information out there, and you can do your own investigation if you're that concerned. But I personally believe that this is a worldwide network of not just satanic pedophilia, but I believe that these people that in the highest levels of government are not only partaking in Satanism and pedophilia, but they are killing these children and eating them, with all due respect, folks. And listen, look, I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds nuts, folks. But I'm going to be completely honest with you. I mean, if you continue to go down this rabbit hole like I've been going throughout this weekend and throughout, I mean, I've been researching this day and night because I can't believe that this is actually real, that this could actually be happening right before our very eyes at the highest level of government. But that's where our investigation has led us to believe that Pizzagate is far beyond just a satanic pedophile network, that it goes far beyond that. It goes into murder and cannibalism, as far as I'm concerned. And all you have to do is take a look at just one instance in particular in which the Reddit CEO, all right? Have you heard about Reddit? Well, the Reddit CEO recently just completely banned the subreddit related to Pizzagate. I'm talking about a guy by the name of Steve Huffman. Steve Huffman allegedly was good friends with Aaron Swartz. Aaron Swartz was supposedly a revolutionary in the computing field and was very much respected amongst the digital cyber culture. And yet he created Reddit with the idea of it being a free speech type of a format to disseminate data and information on a free basis. And yet you've got Steve Huffman literally taking down the subreddit, the CEO of the damn company taking down the subreddit of Pizzagate. Now, lo and behold, folks, our investigative work has shown us that Steve Huffman is tied to forum posts related to cannibalism. I tweeted a video about this. I tweeted other information about this. Steve Huffman is is tied to forum posts to cannibalism. He has made digital comments about cannibalism. And just based on that, it makes sense why Stephen Huffman would want to stop any kind of free-flowing information pertaining to Pizzagate. Now, folks, I know this sounds very, very out there. It sounds unbelievable. But, folks, I think that we are witnessing something that is biblical. And listen to me, I'm not a religious man. I'm not. If anybody who has listened to my broadcast knows I'm not a religious man. But I can tell you something. By uncovering what the sick, sadistic, twisted, demented, psychotic, satanic, murderous crap that I have uncovered, or not just I, but a lot of other people have uncovered, there is just no way that I can believe that that Satan, and I'm talking about the deepest, darkest, sickest Satan, doesn't really exist. I mean, these people really believe, whether you believe it or not, these people believe it. And these people are practicing sigil magic. These people are practicing dark Aleister Crowley-based magic, in which Aleister Crowley, folks, talks about utilizing kids specifically in blood rituals, in sex rituals, in cannibalistic blood-drinking rituals. I mean, I know this sounds ridiculous. It sounds unbelievable, but folks, do your own research. I'm begging you. Educate yourself on this subject. There is a lot of information. I mean, literally, the lamestream media is not going to touch this with a 10-foot pole, because if you want my personal opinion, it implicates a lot of them at the higher level as well. So as I'm stating, folks, we have to continue to research. That's why, and we're going to talk about this later, you've got the mainstream media trying to hype this idea of, quote, fake news. Fake news. Isn't that the pot calling the kettle black, for Christ's sake? This whole mainstream media has been lying to us throughout the whole goddamn presidential cycle of 2016. Outright slanderous lies coming out of here, and these people have the audacity to talk about something that's fake news? You've got to be kidding me, all right? You've got to be kidding me, for Christ's sake, man. Jesus Christ, man. And listen, all I'm saying is that you folks need to research this stuff for yourself. The owners of these pizza places in Washington, D.C. are all connected to the Democratic Party. They're connected to Obama. They're connected to Hillary Rotten Clinton. They're heavy into the Democratic operative scene, if you will. They're hardcore, quote, liberals. All right? And if you go down the rabbit hole, and let me tell you, we've done extensive research on the people that own this place, or these places. We've looked in their social media networks. We've investigated who these people are, who follows them, and every single connection comes back to Satanism, comes back to pedophilia, comes back to Mariana Abramovic, that stupid satanic high priestess. Because let me tell you, in my personal opinion, Mariana Abramovic, whatever the hell her name is, that woman is a high satanic priestess. Anybody who doesn't think so is an idiot, all right? I mean, why is this woman, this sick, sadistic, cuts herself, puts freaking pentagrams on her stomach and freaking in razor blade cuts, spirit cooks, all this nonsense. How come she's so connected? How come so many people want to be around her and spirit cook with her and all this other nonsense? She is a high priestess Satanist. I mean, you understand? So anyway, folks, as I stated, I think people need to realize that this Pizzagate is real, okay? It is real, and the whole reason why people started investigating this, folks, was because of WikiLeaks and all the different code words that were utilized in the WikiLeaks Podesta emails. And I don't know if you folks are familiar with this. If you are, then good for you. If not, folks that are just being introduced to this, that are listening to this broadcast right now, in the Podesta emails, which John Podesta was the campaign manager of Hillary Clinton and was, I believe, the chief of staff at one point for Bill Clinton during the time he was president. John Podesta, folks, his emails were leaked via WikiLeaks, and you can go and basically search these emails and search for the key words, which are code words for what seems to be pedophilia. I'm talking about pizza, cheese, sauce, hot dogs, what else? Walnuts. All these weird code words. All you got to do is go to WikiLeaks.org right now. Go to WikiLeaks.org and just type in those key words in the Podesta emails and find how many emails contain these words and read them. And they are just creepy. They are emphasize pasta is another pasta. What are they talking about? And you see the investigative work that those of us in the Capitalist Army have done and independent journalists across the internet have done. We have realized that it is a undercover code for satanic pedophiles who obviously love children for sacrifices, for pedophilic sexual activities, so on and so forth. And if you still don't believe me, folks, take a look at the artwork of Tony Podesta. Tony Podesta is a renowned art collector in Washington, D.C. The Washington Post wrote an article about him in the early 2000s about him being such a great art collector, so on and so forth. All right? And, folks, take a look at the art that Tony Podesta, that's John Podesta's brother, his fat brother. Take a look at the damn artwork that Tony Podesta likes to partake in. It's just the most disgusting, vile stuff. It's of little children in bondage, little children tied up. You've got a sculpture hanging from Tony Podesta's ceiling, it looks like, and it's it's a replica. It's a damn exact replica of one of the victims of Jeffrey Dahmer, who Jeffrey Dahmer had one of his victims. I don't even want to describe it. Look, folks, this just gets more and more disgusting. These people are sick, and that's why I would like for everyone who is of sound mind, who really believes that children should not ever, for any reason, be subjected to any kind of freaking, not only just sexual abuse, but violence and pain and so on and so forth. You need to concern yourself with this Pizzagate scenario, folks. The lamestream media is not touching it. We got to keep it alive. We have to keep it alive, folks. And that's why I'm saying do the research for yourself. Now, one more thing before I move on to another subject matter is that on top of these pizza places that are on this given street, there's an alleged underground tunnel system, folks. An alleged underground tunnel system that connects all these particular places. And the reason that we know that there could be potentially an underground tunnel system is not only is there old photographic evidence of it, but at the same time, one of the owners of these pizza places on his Instagram posted work that was not particularly licensed, or there wasn't any kind of permits filed for this work, but he posted work being done in the back of his place, and it looks as if, they were digging for tunnels, as far as I'm concerned. So, in my personal opinion, folks, there are a lot of things to go with at this point in time. I think people need to investigate this. They need to, if they come up with something new, blog it, get a YouTube account, even if it's just you presenting the material, whatever the case might be. We need as many investigators on this as possible. All right, investigate everybody, compile all the information, because the lamestream media isn't going to show us this, because it'll implicate them as well, as far as I'm concerned, folks. And Our investigation leads us to believe that the majority of the, if you're famous, if you're a politician, then 99.9% of the time you have partaken in this sick, sadistic activity.
Dear pesky blackheads, you disgust me. You're ugly, dirty, and just plain nasty. Enough is enough. Meet my Biore Deep Cleansing Charcoal Pore Strip. This strip, with natural charcoal, will pluck you out. Oil too. Sayonara, blackheads. See ya on the Biore strip side. Sincerely, finally clean pores.
Love charcoal? Also try Biore Baking Soda Cleansing Scrub for an exfoliating deep clean. Biore, free your pores.
And that's all there is to it. I'm serious. Now, at this point in time, after Pizzagate, folks, I can no longer look at pizza the same way. As a matter of fact, anybody who asks me out of nowhere now, do I like pizza or pasta or something like that, I'm going to punch him in the face, all right? Because I believe now this is some freaking code in the underworld of sick freaking pedophiles, for Christ's sake, and we got to put a stop to this, all right? All right, we're on the side of good over here, all right? We're not perfect. All right, we're not perfect people. I mean, this is not a perfect world, folks. But there is a dark side and a light side, and at this point in time, this is freaking darkness, man. This is evil. This is disgusting. Anyone who is going to negate the Pizzagate implication to the Democratic Party or at the Democratic Party is naive. They're trying to put their blinders on, or they're part of it. They're part of it. I'm sorry, folks. I mean, if you are going to try to justify why you're still a Democrat, why you still support Hillary Clinton, why you still support the Democrats, you condone Satanism. You condone pedophilia. You condone this crap if you're still a Democrat. Do you understand me? You condone Satanism. You condone pedophilia if you're a Democrat. Do you understand me? I mean, by God, research this stuff for yourself, folks. Everything I say, and that's what's so beautiful about being an internet radio show, is that anything I say, people can be like, what? This guy's lying his ass off. Let me go check it out for myself. Oh, my God, look, he's right. Good God, I didn't realize it. Oh, my God. I mean, that's the beautiful part about it. And you see, folks, that's why I have so many folks that listen to my broadcast at this point in time. And the reason they listen to my broadcast is because what I say is the truth. The truth. And that's all I'm after, folks. That's all I'm after is the truth. Anyway, folks, I'm going to move on from this Pizzagate scenario. But, folks, it is real. I mean, my investigation, the Capitalist Army investigations, and independent journalist investigations have shown that this is a highly connected, highly integrated, very complicated pedophile satanic network. And I think it goes beyond sex with children. I think that they kidnap children. I mean, I believe this personally. I'm sorry. And you know me. I'm a very rational human being. I dig in. I know what I know out of research. I don't just, pull something out of my ass here. But I think this goes into sacrifice, human sacrifice and cannibalism. I genuinely believe that. I mean, all the evidence points to that. And, folks, this isn't just here in America. It's happening in France. It's happening in England. It's happening in Germany. It's happening in Africa. It's happening all over the world. And this is just the tip of the iceberg here in America. And I think people need to wake up and realize that this is not the Garden of Eden. All right? And I always tell you that. This is not the Garden of Eden. And the people that are in charge are evil. And if the people in charge are evil, then what does that say about the place that we are living in right now? What does that say about our reality? So that's why I'm saying, folks, all right, keep it all in perspective, all right? Don't ever think that, everything is so great now. Hey, what goes up must come down. And right now, evil must go down. evil must go down, because if it doesn't, I mean, folks, totalitarianism now looks a lot more scary with this Pizzagate scenario than it did prior. Do you know that? It looks a lot more scarier now when you got satanic pedophiles who kill children for human sacrifice to eat them. It looks a lot more scarier, doesn't it? Jeez, and here's somebody putting Snopes. Oh, a Pizzagate conspiracy is false. Hey, Snopes is ran by some stupid fat lady that the mainstream media has, or excuse me, a cat lady. I mean, she could be fat too, I don't know, but she's a cat lady, for heaven's sake, okay? And they've anointed her on the mainstream media as the end-all of supposed rumors, for Christ's sake. I mean, who is this cat lady? And you see how stupid people are real. Oh, if Snopes said it, it's a lie. You're lying, Ghost. You're lying. You're lying your ass off, Ghost. I'm not lying, you idiot. You can sit there and you can put your blinders on. You know, if Snopes is going to make you believe that this is a conspiracy when there's a preponderance of evidence, a preponderance amount of, I mean, there's just so much evidence, it's pathetic. It would convict anybody else but these people, because why? They're in charge. That's why. Jesus Christ, Snopes. Don't ever quote Snopes to me again, all right? This is a no Snopes show. That is a dumb cat lady, all right, that just like literally just sits on her ass and just, oh, that's a rumor? Okay, let's check this out. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, let me fix the narrative to this capacity because I'm a leftist and the mainstream media has anointed me. They quote me, so I got to continue to be quoted by them. So I'm gonna refashion the narrative so it can be convenient for the mainstream media, so they can quote me again. Jesus Christ, man. Good God. Anyway, folks, let me move on to another subject matter here because there's just so much stuff to talk about. I want to talk a little bit about the Ohio State University situation. For you folks that are unaware, there was a report of a shooting at Ohio State University, but then what happened was that shooting was of an officer, a true hero, mind you, that dispatched justice with extreme prejudice on some Somalian immigrant out here that happened to be a disgruntled Muslim, is what CNN is calling. I'm not kidding. The mainstream media is now trying to reshape the narrative of I don't know what's this guy's name? Another Mohammed? It's another Mohammed, I think. Regardless, all right. Regardless, it's a Somalian immigrant, all right, thanks Obama, and not to mention John Kasich. I think people in Ohio, the kids that got killed and so on, I think they need to sue John Kasich for allowing these immigrants to come into his country, or come into the state of Ohio. Because let's be honest, Ohio is not bordering anywhere where immigrants in mass influx should be coming in. He's allowing them to come in. It's not like Texas where we got a goddamn border, that where, the president is telling the damn Border Patrol to stand down. It's not like that. What the hell are Somalians doing at Ohio State, for Christ's sake, man? Seriously, what are Somalians, immigrants, doing in Ohio State? Oh, excuse me, his name was Abdul Razak Ali Artan. Abdul Razak Ali Artan was the name of the guy that was a disgruntled Muslim, and according to the mainstream media, he did this because he was reacting to all the opposition and reactionary violence towards Muslims. So that justifies him running down kids and stabbing them as they're going to the university. And let me tell you something else, all right? You dumbass college kids, this should show you dumbasses something. Y'all want sanctuary campuses? Well, there you go. You're going to have to put up with that, all right? You want a sanctuary campus there, boy? That's what you're going to get. And you know what? When this happens, don't be sitting here and asking people for help. I mean, you're a sanctuary campus. You're supposed to be able to take care of yourselves. You're a sanctuary, aren't you, boy? Huh? I mean, that's why I'm telling you, dumbass college kids, you take your heads out of your ass, all right? I mean, just ask the folks in Europe who accepted these migrants with open arms, folks. These were liberal socialists in Europe. They accepted these migrants. They said, oh, come on in, don't worry, we love you. We know you've had a hard life. Come to Europe and be socialists with us. It's so beautiful. And what happened? They're taking over the country and implementing Sharia goddamn law. They're destroying the goddamn culture of France. They're destroying the culture of Germany. They're destroying the culture of Sweden. That's what I'm saying, folks. That's why I'm saying you folks need to take a good look. I'm talking about you folks out there in these college campuses that are claiming that you want sanctuary campuses on your college campus. All right? Look at this disgruntled Muslim is what they're calling. They're calling him a disgruntled Muslim. He was disenchanted and reaction. He just reacted to the extreme opposition to Muslims. It's just utterly pathetic and ridiculous. All right? And as I stated, if one of these children, the parents of one of these children, or one of these kids that got killed, you need to sue John Kasich personally, because this guy went completely against what the Republicans stand for, and he decided to do this out of his own fruition. And he allowed these wild Yehudis to come into Ohio, which they had no business coming into. And lo and behold, John Kasich, whatever the hell his stupid name is sitting back saying, "Oh, well, that wasn't my fault. I'm John Kasich. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm John Kasich. I mean, have you seen this guy clench his jaw and kind of twerk a little bit? Did you see him during the debates? In my opinion, he was tweaking on cocaine. In my opinion, all right. I mean, we know he's a pothead. I mean, it was what was it? It was the 1974 campaign, I believe, or 1976 campaign of the Ronald Reagan 1976 presidential campaign. He was fired. He was actually fired of the campaign of Ronald Reagan for dealing marijuana. It is an actual fact, folks. All right. Roger Stone, an associate of mine, had to literally fire John Kasich when he was a teenager because he was dealing marijuana to the other volunteers for Ronald Reagan. So we know that he does smoke on the wacky tobacco, or has in the past. And in my personal opinion, when I saw John Kasich during these debates, I mean, this guy was like, twitching his neck and, kind of grinding his teeth and kind of, he looked like he was tweaking on some coke as far as I'm concerned. It's just my opinion. It's just my goddamn opinion. But anyway, once again, the religion of peace strikes again, all right? And as I stated, you all on these campuses, you all want sanctuary cities. There you go. Or sanctuary campuses, excuse me. There you go. That's what you're going to get on a sanctuary campus. You dumb kids, you don't realize that before Barack Obama came into power, you could not only write off your student loan on bankruptcy, which you can no longer do anymore, so that's why you have to pay on it for life. But, campuses used to be a place where it was safe from any kind of violence, any kind of ghetto, white trash, or barrio influence. Folks, have you been to a college campus lately, for Christ's sake? I mean, it looks like the ghetto. It looks like the freaking ghetto. I mean, do a YouTube search right now, college campus fights. College campus fights, and take a look at all the videos of people fighting in dorms, people fighting in quads, people fighting in classrooms. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. I mean, that crap never happened in higher education. You know when it started happening? When Barack Obama came into power, and it had this idea that all we have to do is give government grants to people in the ghettos and the barrio and the white trailer parks, and if we just gave them free education, they'll be able to climb out of the ghetto. That is the complete opposite has happened. The complete opposite. On the contrary, they have turned college campuses into the goddamn ghettos. So anyway, look, I'm tired of this. I don't want to talk about this anymore, all right? I'm just simply stating that you people out there in Ohio State University, you need to thank your governor, John Kasich, for allowing this Somalian, this disgruntled Muslim, to come into your state to do what he did today. Unbelievable. And I want to give props to that police officer that did not hesitate to dispense justice with extreme prejudice against this wild Yehudi. Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate your service and every police officer that's out there that truly wants to keep society safe. Now, that leads us into the sanctuary cities debate, which I wanted to talk about here today. Because, you got these college kids. Oh, we want our campus to be a sanctuary campus so that illegals can feel safe and secure. It could be a safe space for illegal immigrants. And, oh, my God. Well, sanctuary cities, folks, which I believe San Antonio is one. I believe Austin, Texas is one. I believe a lot of them in California are. I believe there's a lot of sanctuary city, meaning that the city government does not prosecute illegal immigrants if the police in that municipality find them. They don't, take them down and turn them into Border Patrol or ICE agents. No. No, they just let them go. That's what sanctuary cities are. That's why you hear these stories that Donald Trump was putting out during the campaign cycle of women and men who have lost their children, who have lost their significant others, to drunk driving accidents involving illegal immigrants. And even though these illegal immigrants kill their significant other, they're walking the street. They're walking the streets. Why? Because they're illegal immigrants. They're not citizens. It's sick. I mean, this is the argument that is not being talked about, that literally police and municipalities are not touching immigrants. They don't prosecute these people. Do you understand this? That's why they keep killing people. That's why they keep doing what they're doing. That's why they get deported, they come back, they kill somebody else. They go get deported, they come back, kill somebody else. It's a problem. It's a goddamn serious problem, man. And now you've got these sanctuary cities. Now that Donald Trump is going to become president of the United States here in January, within his first 100 days, he is going to solve the immigration problem. He's going to make that first on his priority. And you've got these sanctuary cities saying that they are going to defy federal law and continue to allow illegal immigrants to reside in their cities. So they're not even going to acknowledge federal law, which is ironic, folks, which is completely ironic because it was the liberals, okay, that forced, and look, this was actually a good cause back then, forced the federal government to pass the Civil Rights Act so that the federal government can supersede state and municipal law to prevent racist laws from being enacted. So at one point in time during the Civil Rights Act, liberals were all for federal law superseding state and municipal law to prevent, quote, racist laws from being passed at the municipal and state level. Now, because you've got this whole sanctuary city nonsense, you've got liberals now claiming that they are going to defy and ignore federal law so that they can oblige municipal and or state law. I mean, complete and utter hypocrisy, complete ridiculousness, and I think that people need to highlight this particular hypocritical point so that these liberals look like a bunch of stupid imbeciles. I think that that's where you need to hit these people that are promoting this sanctuary city crap. I mean, how in the blue hell, honestly, can you be for the Civil Rights Act, which is, I don't think it was a bad law, but how could you be for the Civil Rights Act, which was a federal law enforced by the federal government to supersede state and municipal law to prevent racist laws from being enacted at the state and municipal level? Now, with sanctuary cities, they want to forget and ignore federal law so that municipal and or state law supersedes federal law as it relates to sanctuary cities and immigration. You can't have it both ways, man. You can't have it both ways. You either want to enforce the Civil Rights Act on a federal law, and let me tell you, I think that the liberals are playing a game of Russian roulette here, because if they're going to ignore federal law as it pertains to the sanctuary city situation, they could be putting in jeopardy the Civil Rights Act. They could be putting in jeopardy the affirmative action law. They could be putting in jeopardy the hate crimes bill. They could be putting in, I'm not joking around, you stupid liberals, you're playing with fire, you dumbasses. All right? You people are playing with fire with this sanctuary city BS. And let me tell you, if you are not going to oblige federal law as it pertains to the sanctuary cities, well, then you put in jeopardy federal laws that most states don't necessarily want to oblige. Some of these hate crime laws, which, if you happen to punch somebody in the face in a mutual combative situation and you happen to call them a queer or something because you're pissed off, and the guy happens to take it up the pooper, well, that freaking fight, which will usually constitute a disorderly conduct, or if you really beat the crap out of somebody, an assault charge, it all of a sudden turns into a hate crime. It turns into a hate crime. So, I think that you liberals need to start realizing what you're doing when it comes to defying federal law because of this sanctuary city nonsense. All right? I'm not kidding around. I think that you all need to realize that at one point in time, you liberals were the ones that pushed a federal law, the Civil Rights Act, to basically supersede state and municipal law to prevent them from enacting laws at the municipal and state level that were racist or that were anti-black or anti-Mexican. That's what the Civil Rights Act was about. And now, because, oh no, sanctuary cities and immigrants, and oh my God, we gotta protect them. Now you want to supersede federal law to oblige municipal and state law. It's just pathetically stupid. You know that? And let me tell you something else. For you folks that are collecting entitlements, all right, that are collecting food stamps or food cards or anything from the federal government, this puts those payments at risk, man. And that's another thing that these liberals are playing with fire with, man. I think that, you liberals, you want to go ahead and, defy federal law. Not only are you putting in jeopardy laws that help protect against racism like Civil Rights Act, but you're also putting in jeopardy the citizens, the actual citizens of your community at risk of not getting their entitlement payments from the federal government. Because, folks, I'm telling you, mark my words, what's going to happen is that these sanctuary cities that refuse to oblige federal law under the Trump administration are going to have their funding cut. They're going to have their funding cut, and that means not only are they not going to be able to pay for any federally funded programs that fund a municipal or state program, but on top of which they're not going to pay for their citizens and their food stamps, their Medicaid, their Medicare, and all the federal money that everybody loves to appreciate. So, once again, if you are collecting anything and you are a United States citizen, you should be concerned. I know that maybe you hate Trump. Maybe you think Barack Obama is the greatest thing since sliced bread. But let me tell you something, man. What these people are doing are putting you and your lifestyle at risk. And I think that you need to put the goddamn crack pipe down or whatever, the 40 ounce or whatever the hell you're doing, and you need to realize that these immigrants are now more important than you people. And didn't I tell you that throughout the whole goddamn time I did this broadcast? I always said that one day you people are not going to be any more use for the Democratic Party because you're nothing. All you do are like lab rats run into a food pellet. You turn perfectly good food into shit, and that's your only contribution in life. Meanwhile, you got your hand out, and you expect to be paid, you expect to be fed, you expect to be clothed, so on and so forth, because you're an American. Well, that's about to come to an end, all right? That's about to come to an end very, very fast if you happen to reside in a sanctuary city. Because if you reside in a sanctuary city, mark my words, whenever Trump comes into power and states that he's going to cut the federal funding to sanctuary cities, you ain't going to get paid, baby. That, the last month that you got paid is going to be the last month you get goddamn entitlements. Mark my goddamn words. All right? Mark my words. So, if you think you're liberal, you think you're leftist, you think you're down with Obama, and you're Hispanics, or excuse me, you're a Mexican American that was born here, you're a black man who was born here, you're an American, and you expect entitlements because, yeah, baby, I'm American, baby, yeah. Well, let me tell you, these immigrants are about to supersede your relevance right now if, by some chance, these cities that you reside in decide that they are going to defy federal law and allow illegal immigrants into their city. They are going to supersede your worth, your value as a citizen, all right? And I think that you people need to realize this. You people that are collecting entitlements, you people that are collecting welfare, the leftist government, because this is leftism that's doing this. This is liberals that are doing this. These are the people that told you to be in economic bondage and to put yourself on welfare, to put yourself on entitlements. Now they're putting those entitlements at risk for illegal immigrants, for wild Yehudis being imported from the Middle East, for Christ's sake. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, folks. I'm just saying. And look, somebody's telling me not all immigrants are bad. Believe me, I know that, man. I'm from Texas. All right? We got a lot of Mexicans walking around out here, and a lot of them are illegal, and believe me, I know not all of them are horrible people. But the bottom line is that the leftists are utilizing these immigrants and are basically telling them, come on, come to America, come over, we'll give you entitlements. And look, that's what's going to happen, folks. That's what happens to these immigrants. Once they get here, they get the entitlements. They get free health care. They get more benefits than our goddamn veterans. Illegal immigrants get better benefits than our veterans, for Christ's sake. I mean, what's wrong with this picture? Seriously, man, what's wrong with this picture, for Christ's sake, man? Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, folks, we are now in the third and final hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. If you have not already done so, please follow me on Twitter, folks. The Twitter name to follow is Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name to follow, all right? And, of course, every one of my episodes is time-dated and stamped and free to download at the official website of the True Capitalist Radio Show, and it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. All right? I've been broadcasting since 2008. This is my 400th True Capitalist Radio episode, but we've had more episodes previous to True Capitalist Radio under the first show named True Conservative Radio. Anyway, folks, good God, man. So many things to do. I've just got so much crap to go over. I mean, I don't even have enough time to breathe sometimes, man. I got to do the show. I got to make some plays. I got to worry about my brick-mortar businesses. I got to spend time with the wife. You know what I mean? I don't even have time to breathe, for Christ's sake. But give me my drink. Good God. Give me my drink. I'm serious, man. I don't even have enough time to breathe out here. Anyway, let me get to these last two subject matters, and then we're going to go ahead and get to Radio Graffiti here. Why does Jill Stein want a vote recount, really? Huh? And why does she need millions and millions of dollars to do it? Folks, Wisconsin already said that they are refusing to recount the vote. Michigan has already stated that it's doing the same thing. So at this point in time, what did Jill Stein do right after that news broke? It wasn't but maybe about an hour and a half ago, she's out there filing the paperwork in Pennsylvania to recount in Pennsylvania and asking for more money. She's asking for more money, for Christ's sake, man. Can you believe this crap? More money, Jill Stein, for Christ's sake? I mean, let me tell you something. Bernie Sanders and Jill Stein are utter proof on how unscrupulous, disgusting, weaselly, pathetic liberals truly are. How disingenuous, just complete hypocrites, just liars. I mean, they're just pathetic, man. I'm serious. And you know what they get off on, or what they get by on, I should say, is the fact that they get everybody on board and, you know, get everybody hyped with all this leftist, socialist, communist rhetoric of free this, free that, free this, free that, and yet they're asking you for money. I mean, it's the biggest goof of all time. I'm serious. I mean, they're sitting here, they're preaching to you that they're going to give you free health care, they're going to give you free housing, they're going to give you a free car, they're going to give you a chicken in every pot, and all this crap, free college, all this crap. Meanwhile, they got their hand out saying, but you got to give me money so I can make it happen. I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, I'm serious. I mean, can you just give me money and I'll make it happen? I'll give you everything for free, but you got to give me money. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. And let me tell you, anybody who donated to Jill Stein's recount, it's not going to do a bit of good. You people are stupid. I mean, she took you for all you're worth. I mean, how much did she raise? $7 million? $7 million for a recount that's not even going to happen. Huh? And you see, there's no refunds. There's no refunds, for Christ's sake. So if you're one of these stupid leftist idiots that took your last remaining chump change in your college debt account and gave it to Jill Stein, hoping that there'll be a recount to overthrow Donald Trump, you've just been had. You've just been hoodwinked. You've just been defrauded by Jill Stein. I hope that you leftists remember this, you savor the flavor and realize how much fraud, how much deception, how much lies these socialist leftists have done to you this election cycle. And I hope that you realize that being a leftist, socialist, communist piece of trash is just nothing. I mean, you're just a liar. You're a soulless piece of crap. You have no dignity. No one really respects you, and that's why you got to lie to more and more people so that you can continue to get more and more respect. That's why you got to keep lying, for Christ's sake. You got to keep lying. So anyway, as I'm stating, folks, if you are donating to the Jill Stein recount, you are a damn fool. You are an idiot. You're just like the Feel the Burn victims of Bernie Sanders. And let me tell you, Bernie Sanders is the king of this, political socialist fraud. This guy has over $200+ million of Feel the Burn money. I mean, that's why he bought his third summer home out there in Vermont by the lake. Huh? Old Bernie Sanders. Now, because he stepped down and didn't contest the damn convention, which he was in the position to do, folks. He had the delegates. He could have contested the convention. He didn't do it. Whether he was threatened, whether he was slapped around, it really doesn't matter. He didn't do it. And as a result, folks, how did the Democrats reward him? He is now the senior member on the Senate Finance Committee. Or the Senate Budget Committee. The Senate Budget Committee. Oh, so he's going to be in charge of the money now, huh? He's going to be in charge of the money. So anyway, folks, once again, I mean, I don't know how many times you idiot liberals have to be literally raped in your anal passage with no Vaseline. I'm sorry I have to put it that way, but good God, how many times do you have to get screwed before you realize that, well, maybe being a liberal isn't all it's cracked up to be. Maybe it's a scam. Maybe it's a sham.
maybe I got to go do something else. Maybe I should think on my own. Maybe I should actually read. Maybe I should actually get politically involved. Maybe I should actually know what I'm talking about instead of listening to a bunch of talking heads on the boob tube. Jesus Christ. I'm not... Anyway, I look, I mean, it's unfortunate that you dumbasses could not get a refund from Jill Stein, but you should, all right? Because you all got had, you all got, hoodwinked, and that's all there is to it, all right? Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, let me move on to the last subject matter, because this goes in line with what I was talking about earlier in the broadcast. And I was talking about Pizzagate and how Pizzagate is not only being investigated by the capitalist army and other independent journalists throughout the internet, but it is also being censored, folks. I mean, we talked about how the cannibal CEO the Reddit CEO Stephen Huffman literally took down the subreddit relating to the investigative work of Pizzagate. And now, ironically, you're starting to see this big push by the mainstream media about, quote, fake news. And, I find that ironic that the left are the ones that are pushing forth this idea of fake news, because wasn't it the left that started pushing out this whole idea of satire-like news, like The Onion comes to mind. There's a couple of other dumb satirist news sites in which they blatantly put out completely fake news and people think of it as legitimate. I mean, it's, I think the left started this whole fake news connotation, and I'll be completely honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of fake news. I think it's pretty sad that, people utilize this in an attempt to troll or an attempt to, I don't know, wax their carrot to some capacity. But I don't think it's that rampant that it's going to change the narrative of the majority of people, all right? In my personal opinion, I believe that it's mainstream media that is more dangerous than, quote, whatever these idiots in the mainstream media are calling fake news. I mean, what's more fake than what's being projected on the boob tube, on CNN, on MSNBC, on ABC, on NBC, on CBS? I mean, what's being projected in the mainstream media is completely fictitious. I mean, it is false. It is lies. It is slander a lot of the time, for heaven's sake. I mean, just take a look at all the mainstream media coverage relating to Hillary Clinton during this damn presidential cycle. They were all in the tank for Hillary Clinton, for Christ's sake. And now they're going to talk and have the audacity to try to shape a narrative of fake news? Fake news, for Christ's sake, man? Give me a break.
Showing up unannounced at your ex-in-laws for the holidays? Bad idea. Giving your true love 7 live swans a swimming? Bad idea. Ignoring the expiration date on your eggnog? Bad idea. Getting a Plus membership from Sam's Club and saving more than $300? Yay! Good idea. Join today and get a free year of LifeLock identity protection, a $10 gift card just for signing up, and much more. But this won't last long, so join Sam's Club as a Plus member and start saving. See Club for details.
I'm serious. I can't believe that the mainstream media is actually shaping this narrative of fake news. I'm in shock. I'm in complete and utter shock that they have the audacity that they could do this. I can't believe it. And you know where they're going with this? They're trying to basically focus on the alternative media. They're trying to focus on Breitbart. They're trying to focus on DrudgeReport.com. They're trying to focus on Alex Jones, for Christ's sake, and Infowars.com. Let me tell you, I can't believe that this is the narrative that's being shaped by the mainstream media. But then again, it's their last attempt to try to utilize this narrative, this fake news narrative, to regulate internet journalism. You see, when it comes to their lies, when it comes to their lamestream slanderous lies, all of a sudden they don't want no regulation. I mean, Donald Trump has alluded to the fact that he may change certain libel laws so that journalists will be prevented from literally
putting out deceptive lies on people. But now they're sitting here trying to talk about fake news. I'm telling you, folks, you couldn't get any better of a source of information than the internet. And if you find an article that you can't believe, well, then research it, man. Go to 3 or 4 different search engines. Click a couple of links. I mean, how hard is it, for Christ's sake? Do it while you're taking a crap. I mean, how hard is it, for Christ's sake, man? You couldn't get a better resource than the internet. I mean, you can check and recheck, for heaven's sake, man. You can go to a variety of different sources. You can go to forum posts. You can go to actual articles. You can go everywhere and surmise your own analysis. That's what this was about. That's what the whole idea of the internet was about. It's to have information at your fingertips so you can enlighten yourself, so you can educate yourself, so you can have enough brain power to analyze what's going on around you and make a right decision. That's what having knowledge is all about. Good God. Instead, what are we using the internet for? Now, yeah, I'm looking for somebody to Netflix and chill, baby. That's what I'm looking for right now. I want Netflix and chill, baby. You're utilizing the internet, for Christ's sake, to, I don't know, have freaking affairs, Facebook finger-banging sessions and all this other crap, man. I mean, this damn innovation of the internet was put here so that you can gain knowledge. So you don't have to be an ignorant piece of trash your whole life, for Christ's sake, man. Anything that you've ever wanted to know is at your fingertips. You can find it out. It's up to you to take the initiative to find it out and remember it. You have to remember it, you idiots. I mean, folks, I'm going to be honest with you. I've been on the internet for a long time, okay? And, I used to patronize some of these chat room communities, these voice chat room communities. And I've been recently patronizing one, not a lot, but, a couple of times. And, the same people that were chatting freaking 10, 12 years ago, okay, are still chatting there today, and they are still as ignorant as they were 10 or 12 years ago. I mean, you know what that means? That means that these people, and these are people in political chat rooms, and then, they sit around supposedly talking about politics all day, and yet they have not facilitated their intellectual potential into a higher framework in 12 years of talking about politics. And you see, folks, this is the mentality that you have to get out of. If you're one of these people that have not progressed your mental capacity, then you're an idiot. You should be progressing your mental capacity every single day, every year, every decade. You should not sound like the same way you did 10 years ago. All right, you should sound more sophisticated. You should sound more confident. You should sound more articulate. You should sound like you know what you're talking about. But if you still sound like the same stupid idiot that you did 10 years ago, then you literally have been just going through life like a complete and utter idiot, like a buffoon, like some absent-minded space cadet that's just like, oh, merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Jesus Christ. Anyway, look, I'm done with this crap, all right? I'm done. All I'm saying is that don't believe this fake news narrative crap. And if they are going to talk about it, let's talk about how the left started it. Liberals started this fake news satire crap. I remember The Onion, man. The Onion has been around since like the early 2000s, man. And they have been pumping out fake crap that people still believe to this day. And all these people do is like, they believed us. So, I mean, listen. I'm not saying anything should be done about The Onion, but if you're going to be talking about fake news, why don't you point the direction on what fake news is? That's what fake news is. Don't be pointing at drudgereport.com. Don't be pointing at Breitbart. Don't be pointing at Alex Jones and InfoWars. Don't be pointing at True Capitalist Radio out here. We are independent journalists. We are independent media. We do not need you, all right? We reach more people than your little pissing ground network political shows. You know it, and I know it. That's why y'all are losing your influence in shaping the narrative of the people. And you know it, lamestream media, because these people aren't stupid anymore. They can go out and get the knowledge. They can go out and receive proper information. They can go out and understand what you are saying on that boob tube is nothing but a goddamn lie. It's slanderous lies. And frankly, folks, I cannot believe that people that are on the boob tube, these talking heads, can wake up in the morning, look at themselves in the mirror, and then go back to sleep at night. I cannot believe this. Soulless cash whores is what these people are. And let me tell you, at some point in time, they crack. I mean, look at old Kanye West over there. I mean, this guy blatantly admitted he sold his soul. He's blatantly put out all kinds of esoteric, satanic symbolism throughout all of his videos. Egyptian esoteric symbolism, so on and so forth, Aleister Crowley symbolism. And at that concert in Sacramento here recently, he just snapped. He got out of it. He couldn't take it anymore, and I don't know. I read and also saw the breakdown, and I don't see where he said anything out of the ordinary. I don't see where he said anything psychotic. I think that he was actually telling the truth. And because he was telling the truth, folks, you can't do that when you sell your soul. You can't do that when you sell your soul. So they, according to reports, took him against his will to a goddamn institution. And now, folks, that institution that he's being held at is being guarded like a fortress. I mean, not just by hospital staff, folks. It is being guarded like by Kanye's supposed security around the perimeter. I mean, seriously, they're not allowing him to leave. I think that people should be more concerned about Kanye West here. They could be torturing this guy. They could be putting him under tremendous amounts of influence of narcotics, psychotropics, drugs, so on and so forth. So that's why I'm saying, man, I mean, you need to realize what's really going on, and the answers are there. You just got to go out and look for them. Knowledge is power. Always remember that. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Why do you always hear about these secret societies having the, quote, secret knowledge? The secret knowledge. Because knowledge is power. And the more you have of it, the more you obtain it, the more you remember, and the more you analyze and apply this knowledge to your life, the more successful you will be. I'm serious, folks. I mean, apply this knowledge to your life. Acquire as much of it as you can, remember it, and apply it to your life. And you'll be the best person you can be. Anyway, let me take a drink. Give me my drink, for Christ's sake. Anyway, let me go ahead and get to some Twitter shout. Let's get to some. Let me get to some radio graffiti. How about that? Radio graffiti. And before I do, folks, I do want to remind everybody that the wife's autograph is still up for sale, for Christ's sake. And once again, I do want to appreciate everybody for not showing me up. All right. As a matter of fact, the wife is currently signing them as we speak here. And the first one should be going out, if not tomorrow, the day after. And we're just going to keep going on that way. I've got something else in the pike here. Stay tuned for it. But we shall see. And, of course, if you want yours truly's wife's autograph, Mrs. Ghost, go ahead and go to and type this in on your browser, ghost.market. That's what you type in on your browser right now. Ghost.market, all right, and get yourself a Mrs. Ghost autograph. And as a result of that, folks, we're gonna see what we have afterwards. After that, I don't know. The cans may be coming up next after that. That's right, baby. The signed cans should be coming up thereafter, folks. So stay tuned for that. All right, stay tuned for that. I'm serious, like an actual signed can from yours truly from cans.wave right here, baby. Stay tuned for that. Just in time for the holidays.
Anyway, folks, let's go ahead and get to everybody's favorite part of the broadcast, and I'm talking about radio graffiti. That's right, folks. Radio graffiti, the part of the broadcast where the spectators become a part of the spectacle. All you've got to do is give me a call right now at 425-390-6146. And when I call on your area code, you got exactly 3 to 4 seconds to say whatever it is that's on your mind. That's why we call this radio graffiti, all right? Anyway, folks, do we got any goddamn radio graffiti callers there, engineer? All right, well, let's go ahead and get to some radio graffiti right now. And I already got people on Twitter saying, oh, man, Ghost, come on, I want 2 cans, I want 3 cans. All right, man, well, we'll see. Like I said, that'll be the next thing on the agenda possibly here, because I know a lot of people have been requesting them. So, you know, you got to go with the fans. Whatever the fans want, yours truly is going to try to get out there, all right? Anyway, folks, let's go ahead and get to some radio graffiti, shall we? We got anonymous radio graffiti.
Fluttershy radio graffiti.
Hi, Ghost. Congratulations on the 400 episodes. Did you know that My Little Pony only has 143 episodes? Because they prefer to focus on quality, not quantity.
Yeah, you stupid idiot brony. Just shut up, all right? What are you talking about? All right? Every one of my episodes is goddamn Hall of Fame internet broadcasting content. Mark my words there, you stupid clopping piece of trash. Who else do we got here? 352 Radio Graffiti.
Having achieved 400 episodes, Ghost has racked up many listeners who now demand punitive damages. We are here today to announce that we intend to file a class action lawsuit against you. I'm Scar.
Oh, well, go ahead and do it, you stupid morons, for Christ's sake. No one's asking you to listen. You're the only idiot that's listening like, oh, I'm going to go class action lawsuit. Yeah. Suck it, all right? Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
Brody, just shut up, all right? What are you talking about? You know, we're gonna see what we have afterwards after that. I don't know, the cans may be coming up next after that. That's right, baby, the signed cans. Well, should be coming up there after, folks, so stay tuned for that. That's the white on.
Hey, look, enough of the goddamn cartoon splices. And look, you internet butt stalkers with these damn Insta splices, man, you got problems, man, seriously. You got sick-ass problems. How about anonymous Radio Graffiti?
My name is Cleveland Brown, and I am proud to be right back in my hometown with my new family. There's old friends and new friends and even a band.
Shut up, all right? Hey, look, we're not promoting any Seth MacFarlane crap here, all right? That guy's a complete sellout freaking idiot, and he needs to come out the closet already, as far as I'm concerned. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Oh, great, another Helen Keller deaf mute. That's great. How about 919 Radio Graffiti?
This is True Boring Radio. True Boring Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of boring topics. Give him something boring to talk about or give him death.
And lo and behold, this guy's just unloading all the Democratic dirty secrets.
Live from his boring office in San Antonio, Texas.
Realizing that, well, if these people have no regard for their lives.
And now he'll take it from here. The boring man they call Ghost.
Yeah, real funny, idiot. If I'm so boring, why are you listening, ass crack? Why is your ass listening if I'm so goddamn boring, huh? Yeah, because you're addicted to genius, jackass. I don't blame you. Take a picture of it, write it down, boy. You understand that? Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
The New York Police Department has spotted escaped convict Thomas Albin with 2 horses in Green Acres. The second mammal is what appears to be a pale white horse with a cowboy hat, under the name Atkins Twiley. The following is an amateur audio recording of the situation.
I was the hit of the evening.
Okay, if you have any information regarding to this situation, contact the NYPD. Otherwise, stay indoors until the situation has been taken care of.
You stupid son of a bitch! That sick-ass, disgusting, clopping crap! Man, it's my 400th episode, for Christ's sake, man. Have a little bit of respect, man. This is my 400th episode. Jesus Christ. I have broadcasted for 1,350 hours. 1,350 hours of my life. Just give me a goddamn little bit of respect. Jesus Christ. Son of a bitch. Give me that freaking mic. Give me the goddamn mic. Just give me some freaking respect around here. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Templeton Sanders Radio Graffiti. Oh man, that's a bad Obama phone, boy. That's a bad Obama phone, boy. How about 781 Radio Graffiti?
Happy 400th broadcast, Ghost.
Hey man, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I mean, did you see that? Why can't people be more like that? Why can't people be more like that, for Christ's sake, man? 400 episodes I've been broadcasting, man. 400 True Capitalist Radio episodes, for Christ's sake. Have a little bit of freaking appreciation. Please, please just have a little bit of goddamn appreciation, for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ, man. 732 Radio Graffiti.
Yo, Ghost, how's it going? Happy 400.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. You see, how hard is that? I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Who else do we have here? How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti? Captain Howdy Radio Graffiti. Children should be subjected to any kind of sexual abuse. And I've got no, I'm not even going to go there. And whoever Captain Howdy is, you should be trolled off the internet if you're going to be making jokes like that. Seriously, man. I have no excuse for child molesters, and I think you should be doxxed. I think you should be freaking... I mean, the worst of the worst should happen to anybody who jokes around and thinks it's funny to be some child molester piece of crap. They should be reported. They should be investigated. I'm not joking around. I'm sick of this child pedophilia. It's not even something to be joking around about there, you stupid, dumb jerk-off. All right? Jesus Christ. 413 Radio Graffiti.
How you doing, Ghost? I've been listening, hoping to make some money off your advice on stocks. I think that they're raising and inflating these prices in the stock market to only crash down after Trump takes the office in order to blame him. But hopefully we'll be able to outsmart him and make a little bit of money off it.
No, I hope so, too. And believe me, that's why I'm trying to let everybody know that they need to be sitting on liquid right now. They need to be having a lot of cash, so when the crash happens, that's when you want to go in. All right? That's when you gain wealth. And in my personal opinion, I mean, I've already been through a few of these. I think that's exactly what's going to happen once again. Thank you very much for calling in, sir. I appreciate it. How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti?
I'll take a double triple bossy deluxe on a raft, 4x4 animal style. Extra shingles with a shimmy and a squeeze. Light axle grease, make it cry. Burn it and let it swim.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. What the hell was that about, for Christ's sake, man? Where do y'all find this garbage? How about 403 Radio Graffiti?
Hey, Ghost, Pro Honky here. I've been listening since 2012, and I just wanted to wish you a happy 400th radio broadcast and a mandatory shout out to the Syrian martyrs. Woo!
Hey, I appreciate it. And to mention, I know you want a discount code. I'll get to that right after the show. How about 208 Radio Graffiti?
Hey, Ghost. Happy 400th episode.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Who else do we got here? We got Anonymous Radio Graffiti. I mean, what the hell was that? What the hell was that? Was that like a fast version of Chocolate Rain? Oh, my God, I can't believe it's chocolate rain. I took a big cock in the chocolate rain. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I hate that song. I'm sorry. It was stupid then. It's stupid now. How about 360 Radio Graffiti?
Hi, man. Love the show. Happy 400.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. Thank you very much, man. Who else do we have here? How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti?
The San Antonio Police Department has issued a civil danger warning for all counties. Snake Raiden is currently running over innocent capitalists with a stolen bus, quote, named the Retard Bus, suspected to be previously owned by the lay-plagued Teutonic. Police are on the street and civilians are fighting. Hold on, what the hell is that? Oh my God, that's the bus!
Sorry, mate, I thought this was Ghost's office. Sorry about that.
Retard Bus!
What the hell was that? What in the hell was that?
Showing up unannounced at your ex-in-laws for the holidays? Bad idea. Giving your true love 7 live swans a swimming? Bad idea. Ignoring the expiration date on your eggnog? Bad idea. Getting a Plus membership from Sam's Club and saving more than $300? Yay! Good idea. Join today and get a free year of LifeLock identity protection, a $10 gift card just for signing up, and much more. But this won't last long, so join Sam's Club as a Plus member and start saving. See Club for details.
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can be confusing. Like Swedish techno confusing.
Bark, bark, meow, meow. Dance with me, purple cow. Bark, bark, meow, meow. Ooh, you lovely cow.
Geico makes it easy. With 24/7 access, all you have to do is go to Geico.com and you could save money on car insurance. It just makes sense. Unlike,
Dance with me, purple cow. I like your moves.
Good God, what the hell was that about? How about 559 Radio Graffiti?
Ghost, I don't know what you're talking about with all this tinfoil hat stuff. What you ought to be telling these young is for them to keep their time, man.
Well, I couldn't even understand you because it sounds like you have a goddamn Obama phone, or it sounds like you got the damn microphone shoved so far down your throat that it's... Never mind. 425 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost. We're having sex together, aren't we? And you're Ghost Jr.
No, it's not funny. I don't understand why people think that making like a homosexual joke is funny anymore. I mean, it's not funny anymore. It was funny when like homosexuals were like a minority, for Christ's sake. In my personal opinion, I think everybody's a freaking fruit bowl at this point in time. All right, I'm not joking around. I mean, you got freaking. I'm afraid to even go into a freaking public bathroom anymore because I'm afraid that First of all, I don't take dumps in freaking public bathrooms because first of all, I don't like the sanitation of the idea of that. Just put it first and foremost, and secondly, this whole toe tapping situation crap. Have you heard about this? Huh? Yeah, you're in there pinching a loaf. In a public bathroom, and the idiots next door tapping their freaking toes over there because they want to either feel or give you a mouth hug on your Johnson, for Christ's sake, man. Or if you're at the urinal, and I'm taking out the long John Holmes sausage out here, draining the weasel, I got idiots trying to scope out my freaking Johnson, for Christ's sake, man. So look, the bottom line is,
the point I'm trying to make is like, you know, you trying to sit here and say, oh, yeah, I want to make a gay joke. I mean, give me a freaking break, man. Give me a freaking break. Jesus Christ. 347 Radio Graffiti. We got another Helen Keller deaf mute. How about 818 Radio Graffiti?
Hey, Los, how's it going?
Hey, what's going on, man?
I would just like to wish you a happy 400th broadcast. I've been listening since 2012, and I gotta say I'm really enjoying your show. Hope that I can continue listening from here on out, maybe for another 4 years.
I hope so too, man. Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate it, man. I'm glad now. All right, I'm glad I'm finally getting a little bit of props out here. It's my 400th episode, for Christ's sake. It's my 400th episode. Good God. I deserve a little respect, man. I deserve a little goddamn respect, for Christ's sake. Good God. How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti?
I'm Scarlet Moon, and I want to sue Ghost for punitive damages, also for being an angry racist Jewish hambone.
I'm Tony Atkins, and I'm suing Daddy for child support.
Hello, my name is Asho, and I am suing Ghost.
I am Disco Waffle, and I'm suing Ghost for granny abuse.
My name is Brony Drumming, and I'm suing Ghost because he's an engineer abusing, wife abusing cock.
I'm Liquid Schwartz, and I'm suing Ghost for $420.69.
Hello, this is Tyson Rocket, and I am suing Ghost.
My name is Deplorable Pony, and I'm suing Ghost for punitive damages because several years ago he sexually assaulted me during capitalist confessions.
I am Dr. Bristol, and I'm suing Ghost.
I'm Danny J, and I'm seeking punitive damages from Ghost for being a liberal-hating bastard.
Hello and guten tag. This is the Teutonic Plague, and I'm suing Ghost.
Frankie Pie, and I'm suing Ghost for punitive damages, defamation, reparations for World War III, and for touching me inappropriately.
Some people call me Cuckley, and I'm suing Ghost or seeking punitive damages from Ghost because he beats the engineer daily, and I'm getting tired of it.
My name is Lloyd Goldman, and I'm suing Ghost on True Capitalist Radio for besmirching the name of the Jewish community by using yarmulkes for coffee filters, and because he looks like a big ham bone and he's ripping off Alex Jones. Oi!
My name is Mass Pony, and I'm suing Ghost for punitive damages and for domestic battery.
My name is Epic Voice Brony, and I'm suing Ghost for punitive damages because he still hasn't paid me. For voicing the new Brony-themed intro he requested because he said the old one was starting to suck.
You know what, you sons of... Why don't you do this? Why don't you do this? You son of a bitch! Why don't you sue this? Son of a bitch! Huh? Why don't you sue a little bit? Sue this! Why don't you sue that? Why don't you sue that, you stupid little brony little twat? Why don't you... Yeah! Damn it, I wish this was your clapping little face! This was your face! Damn it, I wish that was your face! Each and every one of you stupid little brony clapping bastards, I wish it was your face! Good God, man! And wait a minute, give me the mic. Give me the freaking mic. Was that the freaking Teutonic Plague? Did I hear that freaking brony bastard? Damn it, these freaking bronies! I can't stand them. I can't stand these stupid horsehead idiots. Give me the freaking mic. Give me the freaking goddamn mic, for Christ's sake, man. I'm serious, man. You damn clopping pieces of horsehead up the ass having, pansexual Peter Puffin, gender fluid fondling, blue ball blowing, Cincinnati bow tie receiving, dirty Sanchez loving, rusty trombone playing pieces of clopping crap. I'm sick of you. I'm sick. I'm serious. I'm so sick, man. I'm sick. You know, I don't even know. I'm serious. I don't even want to go on with this broadcast anymore, man. This is supposed to be my 400th episode. It's on Cyber Monday, for Christ's sake. This is my 400th episode. Jesus. Good God, man. Oh my God! I don't know what. This is what I get, huh? This is what I get for a 400th episode, for Christ's sake. I mean, good God! Good God! I'm just so sick of this goddamn crap, man. Give me the freaking mic. Yeah, I don't even know why I do the show. Sometimes I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to spark synapses in the brains of people throughout the world, for Christ's sake. And, you know, it's freaking constant. These freaking bronies, these freaking furries, these freaking anime, these freaking hentai freaking pricks. I'm sick of them. God damn it, I'm sick of them. And it's no wonder why America is in the freaking position that it's in. It's no wonder. It's no wonder why we have goddamn satanic pedophiles in as the main part of our damn government, for Christ's sake. Do you understand me? It's no goddamn wonder. Jesus Christ, man. Man, you know, how many more minutes do we have, engineer? I'm sick of this show already. What a 400th episode, man. What a 400th episode. What do we have left, engineer? God damn it. 15 minutes. All right, look. I've got 15 minutes to go, all right? On my 400th episode on this Cyber Monday, for Christ's sake, all right? I wish that you'd give me a little bit of appreciation, all right? Look, I know there's some of you that have called me up that were thanking me for the 400th episode. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, I appreciate that you listen to this broadcast. But by God, these dumbass troll terrorists, cyber vermin, sons of bitches, man, I wish we were in a bar room right now. I'd beat the bejesus out of all of them. By God, I'm not joking around. It's nothing for me to whoop a man's ass. I don't think people understand that, boy. I don't think people understand that. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. I'm gonna take a couple more calls, man. Don't piss me off. Don't freaking piss me off, man. Anonymous, Radio Graffiti. Captain Howdy, Radio Graffiti. No, I hope trying to let everybody know that children should be subjected to my freaking junk. Hey, I tell you what, anybody who doxes Captain Howdy and turns him into the authorities, I'll give you a free ghost autograph. How about that? Because look, I'm not joking around. I am not putting up with anybody who is going to be making fun of children at this point in time, man. Not after this Pizzagate crap. I'm not joking around. Not after this Pizzagate horse crap. Seriously, I'm not, let me tell you something. I personally feel that people are in their moral and ethical right to be able to out and literally dox and just literally show the world that people that think that child pedophilia is something to joke about or even partake in, these people should be highlighted. They should be spotlighted as far as I'm concerned. I'm not joking around. So, seriously, whoever's a friend of Captain Howdy or anybody of that nature, you're just as targeted as well. Because if you are going to sit here and allow this idiot and think that this is funny, you all should be subjugated you should be spotlighted, I should say, excuse me. You should be spotlighted and investigated. 585 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, happy 400th episode. I was wondering if you had a favorite episode of yours that sticks out in your mind. I know 69 was a great one back in the day.
No, probably the Christmas Eve episode. Probably one of my favorites is the Christmas Eve episode. Who else do we have here? How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti?
Disco Waffle
and Willie Atkins.
Can we get a major fail, engineer? Jesus Christ. Major fail. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. It's just horrible, all right?
I don't know what the hell that was supposed to mean, for Christ's sake. 712 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, thanks a lot for all the years of laughter and pearls of wisdom. Happy 400 episodes, baby. And you got me thinking with this latest chain call from these brony kitty fiddler freaks. I think people on the right have a little bit of home cleaning to do, because I've noticed that there are some people out there who are on our side politically but are abhorrent when you think about it. Anyway, thanks again, buddy. Keep it going.
Hey, I appreciate it. And, I actually agree with you, man. I mean, some of these people that, look, this Pizzagate thing has just opened my eyes into a whole new realm of people. I do not respect adults who have a fascination with children at this point in time. As a matter of fact, I think everybody should question any adult that has a fascination with children in any capacity. Any capacity. I also believe that individuals who think that child molestation is a joke, like the owners of these pizza joints, that's what they're trying to claim as their defense mechanism when they were confronted by independent journalists outside their pizza places. They tried to claim that, that was just a joke. Or what about that little girl that was taped up to a table? Oh, it was just my goddaughter. It was a joke. She was playing. I'm serious, man. I have no goddamn sympathy for child molesters or anybody who is going to mess with children. I think that should be an automatic death sentence, and I'm talking like a horrific death sentence. I'm talking, I'm talking like literally having your whole freaking limbs ripped apart from your body or something like that. I'm talking a horrible, horrible death. Because if you are a child molester, you are the worst of individuals. I mean, you are the type of individual that is so weak that you know that you can't dominate anybody else because you are such a pathetic human being that you've got to take it out, whether it be physically, sexually, whatever, on some. I'm serious, man. If you're into child pedophilia or you think it's funny, you should die. As far as I'm concerned, it's a death sentence. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, 250 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost. Congratulations on 400 episodes. Been listening to you since the conservative days. Rock on, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And I miss those old true conservative days, man. I used to actually have some real people that called in, have some decent conversations. There were times when I was broadcasting on True Conservative Radio, there'd be like literally just about 5 people listening on certain shows. But you see, what you got to do is you got to believe in something. And you got to really really passionately display how much you believe in it, and other people are going to take notice, and other people are going to listen, and I thank those that have been listening for a long period of time, man. I appreciate you guys sincerely. How about 727 Radio Graffiti?
Hey, Ghost, I just gotta say, happy 400th episode, man.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. You want to give any shout-outs or anything?
Yeah, sure. Shout out to Eddie Hinkle. Shout out to Dr. Bristol, and I guess that's it.
All right, man. Hey, appreciate it. That's the 400th episode here, man. All right, 400th episode, for Christ's sake. What's going on to Karask and Radio Graffiti?
Congratulations on getting to 400 episodes. Let's see what happens when you get to 500 episodes. That would be a big milestone for your career.
Yeah, I tell you that. I appreciate that, Karaskin, and thank you for being a listener and contributor in many different capacities, man. Thank you. How about Trumpet Capitalist Radio Graffiti?
Good evening, everybody. First and foremost, goes happy 400th episode. Congratulations. And number two, I actually have a question. I was recently told by somebody about the McMartin preschool tunnels, and I was wondering about your opinion on that. Do you think it's connected to Pizzagate in any way?
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can be hard. Like early 90s heavy metal hard.
I'm yelling and screaming, and I'm loud. Roar!
Geico makes it easy. You can review and update your policy or report a claim on Geico.com or the Geico mobile app. Because shouldn't we all have a little less stress in our lives?
I'm not even upset about anything!
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can seem intense. Like breakup R&B intense.
I thought you said you loved the sweater that I got you. If you didn't, you could have told me.
Geico makes it easy. Just go to Geico.com anytime to update or check your policy without all the extra drama.
I even had a gift receipt.
Well, I'm not really sure about the specific name of the tunnels. I do know that there are tunnels that are underneath that given area where these pizza places are located. And from what I understand also, those tunnels also connect with the White House emergency evacuation tunnels that run underneath the city of Washington, D.C. as well. Now, before I move on, I'd like to remind everybody that Washington, D.C., okay, is not a part of America. It is its own country. And that's why, things that happen in Washington, D.C. don't really get investigated. Like the Seth Rich robbery where he was shot in the back 3 times and wasn't robbed of anything, even though he was the man that basically gave the DNC leaks to WikiLeaks, excuse me. You take a look at what's happening with these pizza joints and this satanic pedophile conspiracy. Nothing's happening. And the reason is, folks, is because Washington, D.C. is its own country. It is the District of Columbia. All right? It's not America. That's why it's Washington, D.C. It's much like how the Vatican, Vatican City is its own country. All right? Within Rome. It's its own country. So when you're asking yourself, why is it that, the Washington D.C. PD isn't looking into this or anything is investigated, that is why, folks, if all of the political apparatus, or at least the majority of it, is involved with Pizzagate, then that means that they be investigating themselves in their own jurisdiction. Why do you think Donald Trump is not spending too much time in Washington, D.C., folks? Because Donald Trump isn't stupid. He knows that he has no jurisdiction in Washington, D.C., even if he is the president. He even said that he may even spend the majority of his time at his own property because he understands what the damn game is. And you need to understand who the hell Columbia is, too. Columbia Records, Columbia University. You need to understand who the goddess of Columbia is and who they're worshiping in that particular country of Washington, D.C. Now, I know that you people are going to say, oh, whatever, Ghost. Yeah. Well, go ahead and keep believing whatever you want to believe, folks, but I mean, why do you think that all this pedophile, Pizzagate, satanic crap, the epicenter of it in our country is in Washington, D.C.? Anyway, how about 919 Radio Graffiti?
This is True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio. The bad of fecal matter. Give him diarrhea or give him death. Smelling it up like butt crack in San Antonio, Texas. And now, he'll take it from here. The prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call Ghost.
Man, you son of a... Damn it! You son of a bitch! That's freaking sick! That's freaking sick, for Christ's sake, man! You know what? I'm done. I'm so done with this crap. What kind of a sick-ass splice was that? What kind of a sick, twisted splice was that? Good God! Good God! Oh, my God. You know, I'm done with this crap. Give me that freaking... Oh, man, you know what? I'm done with this garbage, man. I mean, this is just... this is supposed to be my 400th episode, for Christ's sake. You should be giving me a little bit of respect. You should be giving me a little bit of goddamn respect, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, 1,350 hours, for Christ's sake, man. 1,350 hours. Good God, man. And look, before I get off here, somebody tweeted at me and said, can we get a source for the information that D.C. isn't part of America? No, you don't understand. D.C. is the capital of the United States. It's a part of the United States, not a part of America. The United States is an incorporation. And the president of that corporation right now is Barack Obama. The president of that corporation after January 20th will be Donald Trump. All right? So the Washington, D.C. is the capital of the United States, not America, jagoff. And research Columbia. All right? Research the District of Columbia. Anyway, folks, look, I'm getting the hell out of here. I mean, this has been 400 episodes of True Capitalist Radio. I mean, I hope that we have 400 more. Please follow me on Twitter, folks. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. All one word, no underscores, Politics Ghost. And, of course, if you want a Mrs. Ghost autograph, she'll be autographing them tonight. Probably going to send them off tomorrow, not possibly the day after. Go ahead and type in your browser right now, ghost.market. All right, ghost.market for a Mrs. Ghost autograph. And, you know, I'm glad that you idiots aren't going to try to show me up on my own show. I appreciate that. Anyway, this has been the 400th episode of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. I will be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on blogtalkradio.com/ghost. Long live the capitalist army, baby. I'm out of here.